Here we go. Happy St. Patty's Day, everybody. Welcome to an edition of Werid Frequencies. Look at the luck of the Irish. I'm Tyler. Rob is unfortunately busy. He may join us later. He may not. Don't know. He's probably having some green beer.
Hopefully.
I don't know. I think people mostly go out and drink last night because it's St. Patty's Day weekend. Today is St. Patty's Day, but it's like not a lot of bars gonna be open on Sunday. Plus, most people go back to work tomorrow.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, I gotta work tomorrow, and I'm not looking forward to it. So I'm Tyler. Joining me is Agent 00. Horrible name, just so you know. Horrible.
What? Agent 000.
000. Joining me tonight is, of course, Adam. Hopefully, we're gonna talk to Rob, see if we can't bring him on full time. We got a lot to talk about tonight. This week has been an amazing week for things like UFOs, Bigfoot, ancient discoveries. I mean, there's a lot to talk about, but we're going to cover the big ones. So
we'll do what we can, right?
We'll do what we can. What we normally do on this show, this is what we normally do. We read the news articles, and we let the audience decide what they think. We usually debate amongst ourselves over whether or not the show, what they're talking about is legit, or what they're talking about is probably just falsifications, would you say, hoaxes, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So
it's safe to insert doubt to see if we can't answer the doubts.
Right. So stick around. We got a lot to talk about tonight. First thing I do want to talk about, a little personal thing. Have you guys noticed Facebook has been messing up a lot lately?
Yeah.
Facebook has been messing up quite frequently. In fact, a little shout out here. Ray Lytle from Ray Lytle Morning Disaster had a bit of an issue with Facebook. We're not going to go into detail with it. If you want to know more details, you can go watch their show because that's not really our place to talk about it. However, Facebook has been very strangely acting up a lot lately. And I don't know why. I mean, obviously, it's hard to share stuff. It's hard to send links out to people. It's because this is what I normally do. Whenever I do a show, whether it's Werid Frequencies or it's the Best Damn Podcast, I send links out to people because not a lot of people get the notifications, and they literally sit there and say, hey, I never got the notification you guys went live. So what we normally do is I send the links out to make sure people get the links. So if they can't watch now, they can watch later. Okay. Yeah. We get a lot of people to watch Rob's show here alone. Werid Frequencies blows the Best Damn Podcast out of water, but it's mostly from people who watch later on towards the end of the night or in the morning. We've noticed that his analytics are crazy good. Okay. So problem is, though, is that if you end up sending out too much links, as I've learned, you wind up in Facebook jail. I don't know why. I don't know when they've changed that. I don't know how or why it happens like that, but it randomly happens.
Maybe it thinks that you're trying to spam the system.
That's what I'm wondering. I think what I'm going to do is, I've heard this. I'm going to do it for the Best Damn Podcast, but I'm going to tell Rob this, that we're going to make a Twitter. We're going to do two things to try and rectify this, because every time I send links out to people, like I'm sending links out right now, but I'm being very careful. Maybe we create you guys could start following the show on Facebook and get notifications. But if that doesn't work, I'm thinking what we're going to do is I'm going to talk to Rob, see if we can make a Twitter. Because I've heard through the grapevine from another podcast, you get a lot of views on Twitter. Like, Twitter is where it's all at. Like, people are like, dude, people watch it because they just happen to catch it on Twitter and they stay for it and watch. So maybe that's what we need to do. Maybe that's what needs to happen. We need to make a Twitter or something like that. But if you guys are watching the show, please share the show, support the show. We want the show to continue to grow, and we want the show to continue to do better.
Yeah.
Okay. We got a lot. We got ghost hunts coming up soon. We've got several experts coming in. I've been talking to behind the scenes. We got a UFO expert. He's a local UFO hunter. He's wanting to come on the show to talk to us. We got paranormal experts. We got other ghost hunters. And Bubba, I hope you're watching. We may have a Bigfoot expert coming in soon.
Oh, and it's not Bubba. Uh-oh.
Bubba or Steve. One of you two. I know you two are the big Bigfoot lovers. You believe in that thing. We may have an expert come in.
I wonder if Rob would let either one of them on the show that night, or even one of them. Like maybe have Bubba on. Or...
I don't know. I think it'd be cool to have the expert on to discuss Bigfoot, and Bubba or Steve back it up, because Bubba and Steve obviously believe in it.
Yeah.
I not so much believe in it, unfortunately. Not so much. But I would honestly want to sit there and have a conversation with this person about the pros and cons about whether Bigfoot's real or not. That's the big thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, stay tuned. That's all coming up shortly. We want the show to grow big, and we want the show to get out there and spread its frequencies. Just like Rob's cat appeared, we want the show to appear on your friend's doorstep, ready to be watched.
Yeah, Tyler, I'm Adam. Rob's not here.
Why did I call you Rob? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You'll have to forgive me. I messed up a little bit from the waxing I took on my show for a charity stream.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, wow. That was bad.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's go ahead and get right to all the news. So first thing up, this one, Adam, you actually sent in to us, and I want to talk about this. This is, I've heard this from a few other websites, but this one is the one you sent to us.
Yeah.
Earth received a message laser beam from 10 million miles away in a NASA test.
I did go on ahead and I read this. This isn't like a UFO sending us a message.
Okay.
This is like a satellite laser, like one of our satellites laser beaming a message to us from over 16 million kilometers or 10 million miles away. And it was sent on a laser beam. The test was part of NASA's Deep Space Optical Communications experiment.
Yep, right there.
And it's known as First Light. It's so we can communicate with, any being coming within 10 million miles, which gives us quite a range. And if we can connect, cool. But we can actually now send messages over light beam.
So originally how we were sending messages, like through satellites and explorers, we were sending it via radio frequencies.
Yes.
And now they're wanting to do light beams or light transmissions.
Yes.
That's real. Now, see, I say this all the time. We get into the realm of like Star Trek and Star Wars, where you can receive a message from like millions of miles away, almost like instantaneous. That's becoming more and more of a thing, you notice, right?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that's amazing that they did that. I wonder which probe it was. Does the article even say what probe it was that sent the message? It does not, because I know there's like hundreds of satellites out there, and for one to be 10 million miles away.
Yeah, and they're saying that since it's a light beam, it can hold a lot more data than just a voice message.
Okay, here we go. The laser transceiver that made the connection is on board the Psyche spacecraft, which is on a years-long mission headed for the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. It made contact with the Hale telescope at Palomar Observatory in California. So the Psyche satellite is the one that made the connection. That's the one that sent the signal. It's scheduled to fly around Mars, so tests will continue to be carried out to refine and improve the innovative near-infrared laser communication method and make sure it's as fast as dependable as it needs to be. Damn.
Yeah, so I mean, when you think about infrared light, that's not even like the most dense type of laser light that you can use. That's on the
Right.
lower end. So once we harness how to do that and ramp it up, we can send a lot more data a lot faster. Well, fast as the speed of light.
What's up, Bubba?
And and who knows, maybe it'll be, you know, contacts to a colony. Maybe it's actually reaching out to a different type of life form. You know,
Yeah.
we may be sending blueprints for something
Right.
to a space station. It's hard telling, but all of those are feasible.
I mean, that's very interesting. I love it. You know, it's that kind of science that we really need to get into as far as futuristic goes. But the big thing I think is like, you know, NASA has been talking for years about going to Mars. They
Yeah,
want to put a spacecraft on Mars. They want to put humans on Mars. Like we've been to the moon. They want to go to Mars. I think this is a step in the right direction to going towards that dream.
yeah,
I literally think like this is because like if something was to happen, let's say their module had an issue or something like that, and everybody on board lost consciousness, you could send a signal through a laser to the module to give it, you know, data and information on how to safely land properly.
yeah.
So that's really interesting. Okay, well, since we're on the subject of science, let's go ahead and go to this one here. This one I heard about too. They found a Roman statue that was unearthed by a construction worker in England. So,
Hmm.
a parking lot construction project in England took a wondrous turn when workers unearthed a mysterious ancient Roman statue. The remarkable find was made last April on the grounds of the historic Burghley House, which announced a thrilling discovery earlier this month. While excavating on the area of the periphery of the site as a as part of a parking lot expansion, digger operator Greg Crawley spotted something unusual. They found this basically this head, okay, and they're not sure if there's more to the statue or anything like that. They're not sure if it's a marble statue, it's a marble head. It was an amazing feeling to have found something so old and special. I had a real shock, he recalled. I couldn't believe it when they told me it was a Roman statue, marble statue head. So
Yeah,
there's no word on if there's more of the statue. The statue is thought to be around 1,800 years old and likely produced by the Earl who lived in the home sometime in the 1760s.
it's odd because the Roman Empire itself never expanded into England.
Yeah, but
Now that's not to say that statues like it or statues that were made didn't find their way up there, but the Roman Empire itself never went, like never expanded up
well,
there, historically speaking.
there is the Roman Britannian Empire, the Roman Britannia, where the Romans did get into Britain for a short while, but it wasn't too
Okay,
long. But it was like it was towards the it was Britain was part of the Roman Empire for about 4 centuries, if I recall.
okay,
Um, but you really can't find much. There's like nothing left of it.
yeah,
That's the problem. There's nothing really left to show that, you know, they were here because a lot of it was either destroyed or lost, buried.
yeah,
And it's kind of one of those things where it's like you look at it and it's like, okay, there's evidence to suggest that it happened, but there's also evidence to suggest that I'm sorry, I got sidetracked here. There's not a lot of evidence to suggest how long they were there. It's just an estimate. They found a few things. They found like tools, weapons, a few things, but nothing to say a substantial, you know, like
yeah,
not as big as the actual Roman Empire itself, but just a small section.
okay,
So, yeah, it's one of those situations that's really weird when it comes to history. You know, there's evidence to suggest that they were there, but they have an estimate, like I said, 4 centuries. But there's not really much else to it. Hey, honey, how's it going? See, my loving fiance there.
Hey, Susan.
Well, let's see. What else have I got? Since we'll get to the UFO stuff here in a little bit. But so what Adam, have you ever been on an airplane? Have you ever been on an
Um,
airport?
I've been on an airplane. Um, there's a little puddle jumper Cessna,
Uh-huh.
just a tiny little Cessna. I flew around St. Louis for like an hour.
Oh, did you?
That's it. I've never been on like a commercial aircraft or anything like that.
Well, what when you're in an airport, obviously I've been on a plane and I hate flying. I absolutely hate flying. I cannot, no, I don't like it. I'd rather drive to wherever I go as opposed to fly, which sucks because I want to go see the pyramids. I don't think I can drive to the pyramids.
No.
But as you go through customs, I'm sure everybody who's been flying knows as you go through customs, they check you for anything, any weapons and stuff like that. This article here is really interesting. At the Dubai airport, a suspected sorcerer was busted with a bevy of bizarre magical items at the airport.
A sorcerer.
A
All right.
sorcerer.
All right. Are we in the beginning stages of a new D&D game or?
It's the sequel to the next Harry Potter film, Harry Potter and the Wizard Hitman.
Yeah.
Custom officials at Dubai International Airport arrested a traveler on suspicion of sorcery after they
Okay.
uncovered a bevy of magical accoutrements stashed in his luggage. The bizarre bust reportedly occurred early Tuesday morning when officers inspected the bags of a man arriving from an African country. Upon opening the luggage, they were surprised to find a live snake inside of a plastic bag that was wrapped and hidden. However, the unfortunate reptile was merely the proverbial tip of the supernatural iceberg, as the search subsequently yielded an array of truly strange items believed to be used in black magic rituals. Other curious items in the luggage included the hand of a monkey, a dead bird, eggs wrapped in cotton used in sorcery, spells, talismans, and tools containing scraps of paper. The various odd items were seized and turned over to the country's Department of Islamic Affairs and Charitable Activities. Boy, that's a hell of a department name.
Yeah, I know, right?
The Department of Islamic Affairs and Charitable Activities in Dubai.
The DIACA. Yeah, the DIACA.
The DIACA. We shall refer to them as the DICA.
I'm not sure if we should take it there.
No, probably not. What's up, Irene?
Hey, Irene.
Hope sobriety is going well for you. I hope you're doing very good with that. I hope things are going good. In a statement, they took it to the Department of Islamic Affairs and Charitable Activities in Dubai, was said to have confirmed that they were intended to be used for sorcery. In a statement regarding the arrest, custom officials decried the danger of these materials used in acts of magic, quackery. I don't even know what quackery would be. And tampering with people's minds, and
Like,
credited to bust. Go
I
ahead.
imagine quackery would be like if you thought of a doctor being a quack.
Okay.
You know, that's kind of what they're implying, I think.
My face looks surprisingly less Yeti. Gee, I wonder why.
Now, Irene looks gorgeous as usual.
Yeah, she is. I hope she's doing well. I know she's been staying sober, and I hope she's staying strong with that. And congratulations on how you've been doing. The suspected sorcerer now faces a fine of up to $13,000 as well as jail time if convicted of engaging in witchcraft. So, this is the first time I've ever heard of a customs bust on a wizard.
Huh.
And it's not the stuff you usually think about, the eye of newt, toe of a mummy, or a magic wand.
Well, every I guess every branch of witchcraft or magic use is going to have their own things.
It honestly,
That,
from the way it sounds, the hand of a monkey, a dead bird, eggs, sounds kind of voodoo-ish.
yeah,
Sounds
kind of.
kind of voodoo-ish.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just
I
really
mean,
interesting.
but I mean, there might be some connection if they're taking it to the Department of Islamic Affairs. So maybe there's something under the Islam faith that depicts sorcery and the use of such items
Uh-huh.
that they can identify as being part of sorcery in their faith.
I mean, this one question I do have: how do you know what to look for in this situation?
Yeah.
How would you? They had to have had some history, like capturing people trying to slip this stuff into customs.
It's like, no, I carry eggs to feed my live snake in my suitcase.
Yeah, the
And
eggs are for the snake. The
and
bird
and
is
that
for the snake.
yeah, that's my lucky bird. Just
Yeah,
happened to die during the flight. I'm sorry. I'm
the
gonna have to
monkey.
get a new bird. And the monkey paw, well, that's embarrassing. I'm not gonna go there.
That's the monkey paw is for stress, and if I want to join the Mile High Club. But
Yeah.
oh, I can't believe I freaking went there.
What, in the
I
Mile High Club? You live there?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
I mean, I
But
don't know. I don't know how they know what to look for. I don't know if they know like what to look for in this situation, but
I can't
that's
imagine that this is their first time dealing with witchcraft in the Islamic faith.
with a customs agent. I'd have to say they have to, since they knew it was all about witchcraft, or they assumed it was. It makes me wonder: have they arrested people like this before, or have
I'm
they come
guessing
across
probably.
some kind of intel saying this is what,
Well,
for example, a sorcerer would carry if they're doing something you don't want them to do?
or maybe there was stuff on those scrap pieces of paper that was kind of like magic spell like that they were told to watch out for.
Maybe.
And then that they kind of connected everything else to it because
I
it's
don't know.
odd to carry those items just in general.
Yeah, I just literally looked up online to see if there's been anything else magic users arrested at airport. Let's try nothing on that. My mom used to mess around with Wiccan stuff and claims she knew a warlock. Really?
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's
Well,
try.
a warlock is just a male witch. So, you know,
Yeah, I even typed in sorcerers arrested at airport and brings up the Dubai situation, but
okay.
uh
It just means it's never been reported before.
yeah, but they would have to know. They'd have to have. Well, okay, I'm seeing a few things here, like Qatar Airport. Here's an article. Qatar Airport Customs arrest 2 smugglers and a female sorcerer.
Yeah.
Custom officials thwarted an attempt to smuggle 2,150 tramadol pills at the Hamad International Airport recently.
Okay,
An
that's
off,
drug trafficking. That's not witchcraft.
yeah, so they're not talking sorcerer as in like in this situation. Oh, well, hang on a minute. They also caught a female passenger who was attempting to smuggle sorcery items in, which included a talisman and other pieces. So the guy had a talisman in this one with the Dubai situation. She had a talisman, so that might be a possibility. Let's see what else. Saudi customs arrest. Okay, here we go. Here's another one. So maybe it is a thing. And you notice though, it's mostly Middle Eastern countries that
Yeah.
have heavy Islamic faith. Saudi customs arrest Nigerian sorcerer at Medina Airport. Dude, look at this stuff here. It's actually got a picture of some of the stuff they got caught with. Look at this. That to me looks more like just scribblings and maybe something you could say for religion or something like that. But they're
That
claiming it's
that page in the back that's near like the red stuff,
uh
there's a lot written in a very short space.
yeah, that's a lot right there. Like he had to like seriously write small and put his hand into a cramp to
Yeah.
get that much. So, yeah, but they're saying they scanned her luggage and confiscated 200 talismans often used for witchcraft and sorcery. During the interrogation by customs, the woman admitted to smuggling the talismans to the governorate of Jeddah, reported local Arabic daily Al Rida. She was referred to security authorities to face charges. So I guess this has happened before, so they kind of have an idea what to look for.
Yeah.
That tracks, Bubba. Let's see, Wicked is basically worshiping the earth. Yes, I've heard that. I've heard that. That tracks, Bubba. She was basically into her Native American heritage. Yeah, I've heard that one too. A lot of Native American people, a lot of people who are into Native American heritage, they follow Wiccans the Wiccan religion very much. So, are you a Wiccan?
No.
Do you know any Wiccans?
I have throughout the years, kind of kept my distance from them, just because I've always been Christian, the very broad version of Christian. But recently, I've kind of just got the mindset of, as long as what you believe in makes you a better person on this planet, that's cool. You can just keep doing that. And as long as you're not hurting anybody and you're becoming better, like a better person for it, cool, go for it.
Okay.
I'm not going to force my religion on them.
There's only I've met Wiccans before because I am a ghost hunter, and I find Wiccans are one of two things. I've met 5 Wiccans my whole life. 4 of them were kind of BS in my opinion.
Okay.
Because one of them said that she saw the Slender Man, which the Slender Man, that's a fake creature made by the internet, a creepypasta as they call it.
Yeah.
One claims she has seen all types of stuff, aliens, sea serpents, Bigfoots, and ghosts, and leprechauns because they're magical creatures. And then turns out a few days later she got arrested for drug paraphernalia.
Yeah, there's no connection there, right?
Yeah, there's no connection there at all. No, none at all. That's the other kind of sorcerer that the Qatar Nation arrested.
Yeah, you know. You take so many pain meds and it'll put you in a trance.
Yeah. But I will say this, there is at least a few. There's 2. One is my good friend, and the other one is another good friend of mine. I've went on ghost hunts with both of them, and they have pretty much been spot on with a few things. So I feel as though with the Wiccan religion, I know some people kind of frown on it, and Susan even says she knows a Wiccan. I know Wiccans too. Some people look at the Wiccan religion as it's frowned upon as if, oh, that's witchcraft. Oh, it's not. It's not. It's like Bubba literally said. It's the basic worshiping of the earth.
Yeah.
And I know at least 2 Wiccans that are pretty much down to earth and seem to know what they're doing,
Well, they do worship the earth, so I'd hope that they'd be down to earth.
I think that's a requirement. So, yeah, and she says Susan's sister is a Wiccan and she's not a bad person. And I agree. That is one of the people I'm talking about, Suze. Let's get to one more news story as regards to the science and everything. There's a situation going on in India that's captivated the residents very, very strangely. There's a situation that's involving some floating stones.
Okay.
An Indian city has been gripped by a strange mystery in the form of 4 rather sizable stones that suddenly appeared floating in a pond, according to a local media report. The puzzling sight was first noticed on Tuesday morning in the community of Gaya, Gaya, not Gaia as in, the Wiccan religion. Yeah. When residents spotted the odd rocks bobbing atop the Ramsagar pond, the wondrous sight sparked something of a frenzy in the city as crowds of people soon began gathering around the water to observe the eerie objects and offer theories as to their nature. The floating stones have proved to be so captivating that when a person managed to pluck one of them from the pond, people rushed over and offered reverence to the rock, which one witness estimated the weight to be about 4 pounds. So 4 pounds and it's floating?
Now I have heard of lakes and streams that are so clear that boats appear to float above the bottom because you
Uh-huh.
can't really make out the water. But rocks obviously can't float. Just scientifically speaking, they can't.
Well,
Um,
there is one rock, and it's pumice. Pumice
you
can
know,
float, pumice stone, but I don't know. Let me read more on this article. Maybe that's what this turns out to be. Is it's pumice. The floating stones were so captivating. Although the mystifying object was put back in the water, a peculiar pattern subsequently emerged where it was repeatedly removed and then returned to the pond by curious onlookers wishing to hold the oddity for themselves. Given the seemingly inexplicable manner in which the rocks sat atop the pond, many visitors expressed belief that the floating stones were mythical, and some suggested they were a divine message to build a temple at the center of the watery site. That said, within the crowd, there were some skeptical individuals who argued the rocks were not a particularly special kind at all. They were just very lightweight construction materials. That could also be a thing.
yeah.
That some careless person dumped it in the pond. Uh, we have a video of it. So
Mhm.
let me bring the video up of this. This shows the rocks floating. I'm going to mute it because there's also a lot of yelling in the background. So there's the rocks. It doesn't really look like they're well. Okay, they are bobbing.
Okay, they look almost like maybe like a foam concrete.
Uh huh.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if it's just really aerated concrete or really solid foam.
That's a well. I want to see because if this video captures one of them picking the rocks up out of water, then I'm wondering like I want to see like does he have to like okay here's the one I want right here where he's picking the rock out of the water. Let's see. Pick it up. Let's go. All right, he's holding it.
Okay.
I think you're
So
right.
it's got some weight to it,
Yeah.
but there's enough buoyancy in the rock.
We're talking about rocks that are somehow floating in the water in India, Amanda. So
Yeah.
the only thing I think of is maybe it's like you said,
Yeah.
maybe
I mean, by the shape, you can tell it's man-made.
yeah, it looks like a cinder block almost.
Yeah. But, I'm thinking maybe it's a concrete foam hybrid type of stone.
maybe they used pumice as a source material to make this rock or something, and that
Could
explains
be.
it.
Yeah.
So we go back to the rocks floating because we're okay. So there you see there's okay, so he picks it up. There's the rock in question. There's 4 rocks. And Bubba is right. There are places where you can't help but float.
Yeah.
Amanda Kluge says another rock, another mineral, lava ash. That's a possibility.
Yeah.
See, there's the rocks in question. And Adam is right. They look man-made. It looks like a
Yeah.
chunk. It looks like a chunk of concrete.
Yeah. It looks like someone threw the rocks from a tore down house
Uh huh.
into this place, and these stones happen to float. So,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it would be.
but yeah.
Very interesting. It doesn't say anything about what the rocks are made of. Doesn't say anything like people took it to study it. But that's really interesting. Drywall. I think drywall would dissolve.
Yeah, drywall dissolves after a little while. Um, but I mean, even then, so we know that it can't be something more dense than drywall. Drywall would float, but the
Yeah,
paper protecting it would wear away, and then it would start to wear away at the sheetrock inside.
I do
Um,
know. I do know that water looked kind of dirty. So maybe it's something. Maybe it's not just. Maybe it's not the rock in question. Maybe it's a contaminant or a chemical reaction causing it to float.
um, without actually like knowing about the pond or lake, I mean, it's a fair assumption, but nothing that we can prove.
Right.
Which I think is kind of the case here. Um, you know, I'm still kind of thinking it's some sort of either light concrete, maybe made from pumice, or even lava ash, like Amanda suggested, or it's a foam concrete type of mix that makes it light but
Uh-huh.
sturdy at the same time.
I don't know. Maybe. We'll have to see more about it. I'd be interested to see what it is. I would
Yeah,
be interested to see if they find an answer and they actually explain what it is. So,
yeah. Because could you imagine a light cinder block,
yeah,
something that's strong as concrete but light to carry?
that could be technologically renovating too. I mean, you could,
Yeah.
and if it's, yeah. All right, let's go ahead and get to it. I can't hold myself on this one anymore. I want to talk about this. I've been talking about this all week. I sent this to Rob. I sent it to Ray at Ray Lyles War Disaster. I want to talk about this. I want to talk about this. This is the one thing I want to talk about. So this is why I wanted to so badly do a show tonight. All right, so
Okay.
I don't know if anybody's noticed this. I don't
Your
know if
beard is
anybody's
gone?
noticed
Yes.
this. Not the beard gone. Nobody cares the beard is gone. I care, but still, I care immensely.
The kids you helped care.
The kids I helped cared, exactly.
Yeah.
Do you remember in 2020, there was a 10-foot tall monolith that appeared in the desert?
I do remember a little bit about that.
Right.
Hearing about it, but not like specifics.
Well, it was just one of many monoliths. One
Really?
of many. Turns out there were monoliths placed all over the world. I don't know who decided, hey, we're gonna just plant random monoliths. Because I think didn't they confirm the one in the desert was planted by people?
Yeah, I believe
I
so.
think they did. I can't remember. But there were a lot of monoliths that popped up. Well, one of those
Uh-oh.
monoliths came back. One monolith came back, and it was one that wasn't even really reported because all attention was on the one here in the US in the desert. In Welsh Hills in the United Kingdom back in 2020, there was a monolith discovered. Just like the monolith here in the US, it disappeared after a few days.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, that same monolith is back. Somebody went and put the same monolith back. So over the weekend, a mysterious 10-foot tall steel monolith resembling a giant Toblerone has popped up on Hay Bluff near Hay. I can't pronounce that. I'm sorry. Has popped up on Hay Bluff near Hay on Wye, leaving locals and walkers utterly baffled. The intriguing sight joins a series of similar phenomena spotted across the United Kingdom and the US, sparking a wave of speculation and excitement. From Calpton Beach on the Isle of Wight to the Mary Maiden Stone circles in Cornwall, these monoliths have drawn crowds and fueled debates over their origins. Some jokingly suggesting alien artwork, while others believe it is an elaborate undercover art project. Photographer Richard Haynes shared his surprise encounter with the structure, noting its stainless steel construction and triangular shape. I thought it looked a bit bizarre. Then I went up to it and it was about 10 foot tall and at least and triangular. Definitely stainless steel. It was hollow. Hollow. That's interesting. I've never heard about any of the other monoliths being hollow.
Something of that size, if it was completely stainless steel, that'd
Yeah.
be really heavy.
That'd be you need
So,
a helicopter for that.
yeah, so if these are hollow, it makes it really easy for just a group of guys just to take it out
Yeah.
and drop it off and then come back by and pick it up, providing, they're not leaving marks in the ground around it.
Right. It was hollow, and I imagine pretty light enough for two people to pick it up and carry it up and plant it in the ground, he remarked. Despite the intrigue, some critics have raised concerns about environmental damage and particularly of such installations. I don't know about that, but it's clear someone would have had to have dug a large hole. What's up, Corey? and get it in the ground. Haynes added, highlighting the effort involved in its placement. I really wanted this to be aliens. I really wanted that to be aliens. I've seen
It can't just be a group of drunk guys wearing Bigfoot feet shoes. That way it's just planted by Bigfoots or big
It's
feet.
ruined this whole thing for me. I wanted it to be aliens, not Bigfoots. Come on. What's interesting about it, I can't see from the photo. Obviously, you had to see it up close, but
And ready for a joke? Trump thought it would be huge.
oh gosh. Huge, huge.
Yeah.
We're gonna build a monolith. So nice, so nice. And plant it in the ground and leave it. Vote for me.
We're gonna make the aliens pay for it.
We're gonna make the Bigfoots pay for it. So you kind of see right over here. For some reason, my mouse is not coming up. Let me see if I can't fix that.
Sorry, I felt like I had to make that joke.
No, you're fine. So you can kind of see some footprints right there. I wanted so bad for this to be human aliens. I wanted it to be so bad. You see like a cow or something back there, but the thing I'm looking at too is what's interesting is what I want to know is it's okay. So it's obviously human made. I don't see any welds on it. Whoever put this piece together did a perfect job piecing it together.
I imagine that took some welding and some grinding.
Oh yeah, that took a lot
of time.
And
then some polishing and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, and then on top of all that too, you're not seeing like it's almost perfect. Like if the guy had told me this is a solid piece of steel, I'd be freaking out. Like, oh my god, there it is. Close Encounters of the Third Kind, 2001: A Space Odyssey, movies I watched as a kid. Here we go. But it's I like it because it's interesting.
Yeah.
Because I want to know what is the purpose behind the monolith. Is there something that people are trying to decode, or it's like a piece of art where it's supposed to be like, wow, look at that, that's interesting, or something like that, or is there something more to it? I don't know.
I mean, if it was kind of leaning at an angle, then I'd almost think, okay, maybe it's something that fell from the sky and just kind of planted itself into the soil. But this is just straight up and down.
Yeah, that's really interesting too that you mentioned that. It's not leaning. It's not like somebody just walked up and just right there and left it. It's standing straight up. Plus, I wonder how deep down that goes.
Depending upon the weight, since they're saying it could be hollow, not a lot would have to be under the ground. But if it's solid, I don't know, I'd probably say quite a bit would need to be underground to hold it straight up and down.
I don't know. Because, I mean, surely it's got to be planted at a certain depth, or else you end up having the wind knock it over.
Yeah.
Someone was compensating for a small body part, like guys with giant trucks. The Bigfoots were contemplating with the steel monoliths. Oh my gosh. I wanted this to be so much aliens, but these things have popped up all over the place. There's been ones like this. I think the one that was out in the desert back in 2020 they discovered was just like this. There's also been black ones I've seen pictures of. There's been black ones that have been located where it's just black instead of steel like this.
Okay.
There's been different colors. Let me see if I can bring up some pictures because I know the one that was. Let's see.
So colors could be different alloys used.
I'm thinking different alloys. The one that was black closely resembled the one from A Space Odyssey.
Okay.
Because this
are we thinking like an obsidian?
That's what some people think. Yeah. See, I bet Superman has something to do with this. Yeah, it probably. I don't know.
He's just having fun with everybody.
It was his decoration for Easter this year.
Yeah.
I'm looking for it, but all I'm finding, I literally typed in black monolith, but all I'm seeing are pictures of the one from 2001: A Space Odyssey. I don't think it was that. I do not think it was that. I think I found it. Here it is. Can I bring this up? Here we go. Can we bring this up bigger? That's as small, big as I'm gonna get. Great. Okay, so this is as big as I can get the photo, but here's the one I saw. This was one in Seattle that was planted. Now, the picture doesn't do it any justice. It is black, but this one was in Seattle for a few days, and it too disappeared. But you notice how this one is more
rectangular,
as opposed to the other one, which is more like a pole, like a steel pole.
Yeah.
So
honestly, my first thought was after you said it was from like near Seattle, I'm like, great, it's the new Xbox.
The Xbox monolith. There you go.
Yeah.
That's the original size Wikipedia wanted me to bring up the photo on.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like that's gonna help. I'm trying to show people what this thing looked like, and yeah.
Now on that monolith, when I was looking at it, the edges looked like they had been welded and not really cleaned up. I don't know if you caught that or not.
On the Seattle one or the Wales one?
The Seattle one. The Wales one looked pristine, but the Seattle one looked like whoever did it or whatever did it wasn't trying that hard.
Here. Can I get a better picture? Let's see. Can we get a better picture of it? Every picture I click on is always so small. It's like, I know people want you to see it on. Well, here's one. Here's one of the ones that was found in 2020. This is the one in New York.
Okay.
I didn't even know there was one in New York.
That's how
that one? Build a monolith, yeah. But see, there's the one that was the most popular.
Okay, if you go back to the one in New York, if you look at the bottom, it's like it's standing on a pole.
Yeah.
Because it's like dug out around it and there's a gap.
Right. You're right.
It's still cool, but it looks like it was put on a pole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. There's the one. That's the one in Seattle.
Yeah, and you see like up the edges and stuff. It just looks rougher.
Yeah, and also there's a dog.
That and the dog doesn't seem to be too happy with it, or it's claiming it as its own.
Watch, that turns out to actually be the one that's alien. We're going to give them a monolith, and if they actually crack it, then we're going to give them the power of like hyperspace technology. Puts it in Seattle. All right, let's watch what happens. The alien stares for a little bit, walks the dog, walk up. What's the dog doing?
Yeah.
These humans aren't ready for it. Yeah, but that's the one. This is the one here that was the most popular because that's the one I think they admitted they used a helicopter for.
Yeah.
Oh, look, a monolith must be the last one of the season. Yeah, I think it's the one in the desert, the Utah desert, they said was the one they used a helicopter for. But if you notice it too, it's the same design as the one from Wales.
Yeah.
Like there's the one from Utah, but you go back to this new one that popped up. That's the one from Wales.
Yeah.
Same design and everything, almost same color. It could be the same one. We don't know if like they don't ship these or
maybe someone saw the other monoliths and was like, "Hey, I think we can do that," and it just became a friend project,
like a copycat.
Yeah,
kind of like the one guy in the early '90s who confessed to doing the crop circles, but as soon as he confessed to it, everybody else started coming out saying, "Yeah, that's how we did it too."
Yeah,
that's interesting. Darn it! I was hoping it was legitimate. Well, I got a few other UFO things. It's been a hot week for UFOs. That's okay.
Well, let's see what you got.
Oh, I got plenty. I got UFOs for days. Let's start with this one here. Slovakia. Now, there's been a lot of UFO sightings in the past week, and fortunately, a lot have been caught on camera. A Slovakian UFO enthusiast who regularly watches the sky for weird objects recently captured footage of what appears to be a triangular UFO, however, hovering in the night sky. The intriguing sighting reportedly occurred on Thursday evening in the country's capital city of Bratislava and was shared on their Instagram account, UFO Slovakia. Blah, 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 blah. A lot of Lavaria. Shortly thereafter, in the footage, which can be seen above, a set of three lights in an unwavering triangular formation slowly moves across the sky until disappearing from sight. Given how the trio of illuminated orbs never break from the alignment, it would seem as though they constitute a singular craft. You got UFOs in different area codes. As for what the object could have been, setting aside extraterrestrial hypothesis, some have put forward the possibility that the UFO was a apificial. I can't pronounce this. Some believe the UFO was a spy plane known as a TR-3B, with many researchers believing it to be a clandestine craft, often confused for something alien by the virtue of its triangular shape. That's interesting. That's interesting. I want to look this up because I saw something once and I never found out what it was. I want to look this up because I saw some weird plane. I don't know what it was. No, that ain't it. That's not it. I'll explain it here more here in a little bit. Now, there is a video that goes along with this sighting.
Okay.
So let me bring it up. Bring this up here. Share it. Close that out. Now, there's a video.
So that little triangle area kind of floating around.
Yeah, but I can't tell. It's this triangle thing right here that's floating around. But I can't tell if what you're looking at, if it's moving or what these are. If those are stars or they look like stars. But
Yeah.
it almost, I mean, the footage isn't really that good. It's the hand shaking, obviously. Obviously, the guy was excited.
Yeah.
But you could tell that it's definitely like a triangular shaped craft with like three separate light pods. It almost looks like, if I was to pause it there, it almost looks like there's something around it, but it's like three small circles, like it's honeycombed, you know?
Yeah.
I'd like to bring the footage up brighter, but I don't know how to do that so you can see it. Yeah, that's really interesting. What is this? Is this your thumb, dude? Yeah. That's exactly what it is. Go back a little bit. You can't see it too well because it's moving, but it's like circle with a little light in the middle of it, and it's connected to other two circles. Huh. So does that mean what you're looking at there is the propulsion system, and what's the real craft itself is on top? Are these like engines? I'm not sure.
Yeah. It's just hard to tell when, everything else is blacked out except for the lights on it.
Yeah, that is the real unfortunate issue, sadly, is the fact that you don't really catch these during the day.
Yeah.
There's never really been a lot of photos that get captured during the day. It's always at night. Yeah, Bubba, I'm gonna get to this. Don't worry. We're saving this one for like one of the last ones. Bubba's sending an article for the Bubba files. So the reason I kind of looked at it real quick is because years ago I saw something. I'm not sure what it was. I'm not willing to say it was a UFO. I'm not. I've seen two instances of UFOs. One I would say probably was extraterrestrial. The other one I think was just an aircraft I've never seen before. But The aircraft I saw that I can't understand, I've never understood. It was like January. It was a full moon. It was back when I lived at the old apartment. And here, strangely enough, we were watching The Mandalorian. It was season 2 had just dropped. I stepped outside to smoke a cigarette. It was cold. It was the full moon. The light, the landscape was illuminated. There was snow on the ground. And I was sitting there, I was smoking a cigarette. I stepped outside to smoke one real quick. And I happened to look up over the other side of the apartments. And the best way I could describe it, it looked like the jet Batman flies.
Okay.
That's the best way. The wings are, you know how conventional aircraft, their wings will come backwards? They're kind of triangular, but they're
Yeah.
bent backwards for, wind resistance. This one's was pointed the opposite direction.
Okay.
And it was flying along. It was very large. I would almost say like the size of not a Cessna, maybe a Cessna. I'm not sure. But it was also very quiet. And I'm watching this thing, and I'm just sitting there thinking, like, am I seeing this right now? Is this a stealth fighter? Is this a stealth bomber? What is this? I'm not sure. And as I'm watching it, it suddenly goes, it's going straight, it's leaving sharp contrails, so it's booking. But suddenly
Okay.
it just does this straight bank turn, like fucking weird ass turn I've never seen a jet do. Like some jets still tilt and go
Yeah.
down. This was more like a car just going that way.
Huh.
And Bubba says we have jets with wing configuration. And I'll get to that in a minute. And it flew towards St. Louis. Well, about
Okay.
that time, my neighbor comes out, and I'm like, did you see that weird ass plane that flew overhead? And he looks up, he could even see the contrails. I'm explaining to him that it looks like the bat plane. Like it usually look like this. Now, I have never found a solution or an answer as to what it was. Okay. I
Okay.
never found anything about, like a call, like a flight log or anybody else reporting seeing a weird aircraft. I did, however, and Bubba said one thing, and I'll say what I think it could be here in a minute. Now I say it's not I don't think it's a UFO. I don't think it was a UFO. What I think it was, it looked more like this. The Su-47. That's
Okay.
almost spot on to what it looked like. The wing configuration, it's about the same size as what I saw. It was very low to the ground, but I don't I think this is a Russian stealth fighter.
That's kind of what it looks like from the insignias on it.
And does it not look like something Batman would fly? It
Yeah.
looks like the Bat Jet.
Yeah.
And it flew very low, very, very quiet. I didn't hear nothing. And it banked right towards St. Louis. Now, let me see what Bubba said. That's what I think I saw. Here's what Bubba says I might have saw. And you know what, Bubba? The wing configuration is close, but this was much bigger. The Grumman X-29. I'm going to bring it up on Google so we can find a better photo of it. Let's see. The Grumman X-29. Tyler, next time you see next time go to Flight Tracker and see if you can see all the. I didn't know that at the time. That's the problem. I didn't know that, but I will next time I see Batman flying around in a Russian bat jet. This one it's close, but this thing was like I said, it was big. This one looks more like it's a single aircraft. Unless is this with inverted wings? Maybe it was. They were very close, very close. But this one, it didn't have what I saw. Didn't have that. It didn't have those front wings there. It was more like,
Okay.
well, maybe it did. I can't remember.
I'd
All I know
imagine
is
it'd be pretty hard to make out at a far distance.
I would say, well, it was very low to the ground. Like I could, if I was at like it was like within maybe 20, 30 feet off the ground, hubbing the ground really low. I would say this one here is probably more believable than the stealth fighter, though.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think a stealth fighter, like for example, it's Russian Batman. In Russia, Batman flies a jet backwards. I don't think a Russian stealth fighter would be flying around the Jacksonville area of Illinois. I don't think Russia cares about Illinois. Russia's like, oh, Illinois, what's that? But
Well,
this one
no,
here,
the only town they'd care about is Chicago.
right? Chicago or maybe St. Louis. You know, we do have
Yeah.
what's the airport? What's the airport that's
Well, I
surrounded?
mean, unless they're trying to search for nuclear plants like the one that used to be in Clinton,
That's a possibility. That's a possibility.
you
I
know.
don't know. It was. I would say the problem is that this plane is white. I'm seeing it all white. The plane I saw was jet black. Scott Air Force Base. Thank you. Scott Air Force Base could be flying some train. That's a possibility. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
or maybe it was an experimental aircraft. I'm not sure. I know they're getting ready to release the new generation of fighter, the new generation of Air Force fighter. I think next year. So maybe it was all. I don't know. But it was the weirdest thing. Uh, and the other UFO sighting, I think it was a UFO, but I'll get to that one later since we deviated off of this. I just wanted to share that with people. So the other UFO thing, like I said, I'll talk about later. So since we're on the subject of UFOs, there was also one reported in Wyoming on the
Okay.
13th. A UFO researcher in Wyoming recently captured footage of an odd UFO that moved back and forth in the night sky before vanishing from sight. According to local media report, the intriguing anomaly was filmed this past weekend near the community of Green River by Richard Beckwith, who serves as a city attorney for the neighboring Rock Springs, as well as a state director for the Mutual UFO Network, so MUFON. As I'm driving out around work at night, I always keep my eye on the sky. You never know when you may see something strange. That's a good point. That's what I do. The latter role is what led him to being called out to investigate a peculiar light that his friend had spotted early Sunday morning. Armed with a camera sporting a 400 millimeter zoom lens, Beckwith was able to film the curious orange illumination that oscillated in the sky for a staggering 40 minutes.
Wow.
Most
40,
UFO
40 minutes?
most UFO sightings are over as soon as they begin.
Yeah. But for
Uh
him to have time to get his camera out and have 40 minutes of actual shots on
huh.
them, that's amazing.
Observing that the anomaly was clearly moving back and forth in a very steady rhythm, the researcher noted that movement is definitely not camera shake, as his equipment was secured and steady by way of tripod. It was in the air, Beckwith recalled. And even with my
Okay.
telephoto lens, the best I could do was a bright orange light. At one point during the mystifying event, as seen in the clip above, a small secondary light appears next to the object for a few seconds before disappearing. As for what that object could have been, Beckwith cautioned against jumping to conclusions, stressing that all you know is it's some kind of object in the sky that you can't explain. That said, the researcher plans on conducting more exhausting. So this thing was spotted for 40 minutes. That's there is a video. I'm gonna bring
Why
it up.
can't we get Bigfoot video like that?
I know, right? We can't get
Even grainy video. Give us 40 minutes to
40
analyze.
minutes of Bigfoot standing there, maybe looking at you, maybe making noises, beating his chest. But 40 minutes, that is like,
I know.
damn. All right, so I'm gonna bring the video up for everybody. Now, again, the guy has the video's gonna. It's not the video shaky when you see it move back and forth. The man stresses he's on a tripod. I'm not sure
Okay.
how much, but he says it's moving back and forth. So here is what he recorded. Here's 37 seconds of it.
Just the alien driver tapping his foot.
Bouncing off the wall, it seems like.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Boing, boing, boing,
Boing,
boing,
boing,
boing,
boing,
boing,
boing,
boing.
boing, boing. 40 minutes of Bigfoot. Ugh. I'm not bringing that up, Irene. Oh, there's a secondary light he mentions.
Hey, stop hitting our house.
See, there it is from a distance. There's when he zooms in on it. Either the alien fell asleep or something, but yeah, and like legitimately, it's a UFO that's stuck in the Matrix, and it's also playing Pong.
Yeah.
The aliens are legitimately playing Pong at this point. That's how much of a bet the aliens are just like one of the aliens is flying the UFO drug. That is so weird though. I don't know why would a UFO do that?
It's like they picked up the recent redneck to probe and got a case of beer from the redneck, and
They got a
this is
bottle.
them, DWI.
Maybe the aliens are up there partying and they're just putting the ship in party mode. That's what that is.
Yeah.
And this white ship that shows up, that's the DJ. The DJ
Yeah.
shows up, team on board or something.
That's when
That
the beat drops.
The UFO is bouncing off the rumble strip on the side of the slave highway. Well, the aliens had to start with Atari. Like, I don't know. I could say that's a good one. That's a good one. I don't know what that is supposed to be, but I would like to see the full video of it from afar. The space highway. Okay. The UFO is bouncing off the rumble strip on the side of the space highway. Kind of looks like one of those bat signals reflecting light off the cloud. It could be a searchlight. I've never thought of that. What if it's a big searchlight that's going? I don't know. That's pretty bright for a searchlight, though.
Yeah, and to only have that pattern.
Right.
I mean, if you're close enough to zoom in on that pattern, when you kind of see the beam of light coming from its source.
Yeah, I don't know. That's really interesting.
Yeah. And then the secondary light on top of that. And it's a different shade of light. Yeah.
So could be some kid messing around though. Maybe a kid got inside a UFO and was taking it for a joyride. Who knows? See, what is this one here? Did we mention about the villagers claiming they live among UFO aliens and interdimensional portals?
Not in this show.
Well, I'd like to bring it up, but the mirror, it's on the mirror, and I hate the mirror because it brings up so many advertisements for a subscription. So we'll just save that one for next time. There is one more. Okay, now since I can't show that one, I'll just move on to the last UFO one. Okay. There is an interesting situation going up in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. For the past few weeks, people have been recording. Yeah, I was driving that UFO. You bet. I'd be broadcasting from that UFO, man. I would.
Welcome to Werid Frequencies, live from the mothership.
Welcome to Werid Frequencies. I'm Tyler, and here is our special guest, or whatever the heck the alien's name is. I don't know. But there's a strange situation going up in Fond du Lac. There's been a lot of UFO sightings up in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. Now you lived up in where was it?
Wausau.
Wausau. Do you know where Fond du Lac is?
Julie does. I don't so much.
Okay. There's been a lot of sightings of Fond du Lac, and they have taken up residency on social media, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, that kind of stuff. Some people even posting videos of the same aircraft.
Wow.
So this first video I'm going to show you, it's one of the first ones that came out of the area.
It needs to be 40 minutes long, or else we're not going to watch it, right?
Yeah. Well, this was not 40 minutes. I don't think they allow.
Got to keep standards high.
Right. Yeah. So here is the first one. Look at that. Right right there in the tree line. If we can zoom in a little bit.
Okay.
I don't know what the heck that is supposed to be.
Is it the top of a building in the
No,
distance?
that's not a building. That's pretty high up. It looks like it, doesn't it?
Are there mountaintops in Fond du Lac? No. Okay, so it's flat in Fond du Lac, so it's not a mountaintop, so it's not like a resort
Right.
or anything like that. There's no tall buildings in Fond du Lac. So, yeah, that's just a grouping of lights hovering.
Yeah, I don't know
So,
what it is.
yeah.
Rob just messaged me saying he'll be joining us here shortly.
Okay.
So Rob will be on, ladies and gentlemen. So I don't know, but this is really interesting. Now, let me go back a little more. There's plenty more weird videos coming from Fond du Lac. Now, the next video I have to go to an outside source for. So I'm gonna go out to a YouTube series I've pinged before on this site, on this show, called Nuke's Top 5. Shout out to them. If you're not a subscriber, they do a lot of like creepy ghost videos, UFO videos, scariest videos of the week. They also explain it a little more. So we're going to get that brought up here so that way people can see it. We get to the right point in this video, because the original video that I wanted to show got taken off of TikTok. I don't know why it got took off TikTok. You figure that wouldn't. Let's see, you get to it. Okay, here we go. I'm going to bring this up. They'll explain a little more about what's going on up there, but this is the one that I really wanted to show. This is what I like. So once again, shout out to Nuke's Top 5.
Fond du Lac UFO. Around 2 a.m., Florissa Bonalay and her family friends are driving home to Fond du Lac, Saskatchewan, Canada. Suddenly, Florissa spots something very odd in the night sky.
It looks like a
Look
UFO,
at
right?
that.
That's a UFO.
Christian,
Just staying right there. Look, it's just above there.
are you recording it?
Yeah. That's a UFO. You can just see it.
Well, hide, you know.
Bro, you can just see it. It's like the round
Just keep
thing.
recording it.
It's only on YouTube.
Now he'll do a zoomed in look at it here in a minute.
Everyone is shocked to witness a strange circular object with flashing lights soaring through the sky. Florissa's
That
mother
makes me
posted
think
the video to
drone.
Facebook, and friends and local residents immediately
I thought so
began to
too.
respond that they too
Now
have
see,
seen
look.
a strange
I mean, I
UFO.
don't want to say it, but
Eyewitness
that's
reports
what it
in the
looked
thread
like.
go all the way back to January 1990. So just what could this mysterious Florissa's mother posted the video to Facebook, and friends and local residents.
Let's see, can we get a better image of it? I don't know if it's a drone. That's the thing. It's pretty big, whatever it is. Because see right there. Now, if it was that close, if it was close up to the car, that's how big it was, I'd say drone. But also, I'm not seeing any red on it. But
Well, I mean, you can decorate your drone the way you want. So if there's no red, that's not a big deal.
right.
They can use whatever colors they want.
But that's a pretty big size drone when you look at that.
Yeah.
thing.
That'd be a
Like-
pretty expensive drone. And
Yeah.
that's if it's a drone.
Let's see. I wonder, do they make drones shaped like UFOs? Like actual?
Well, they have like quad rotor, they have 5 rotor, and that one looked like a 5 rotor drone, which once again would put it on the more expensive side.
Yeah. See there?
So
Maybe that one?
I need to see the.
We need to see it at night. We need to see
Well,
it at night.
then we need to see it like the top down.
Yeah, UFO drone
Okay.
night. Here we go. A night investigating the mysterious drones in eastern Colorado. See, that I could say is a drone right there. I could see that's a drone.
Yeah.
This one here, mystery drone. I mean, what if what we're seeing as a UFO is a drone? Or here's a better question. What if what we're seeing as a drone is a UFO? Because like that there, that's drones. That's a flight of drones right there.
Yeah.
That I
'Cause
don't
you
care.
can, yeah, you can get small ones that you can program to like cluster together and go in similar directions, kind of synchronized, like a
Uh-huh.
synchronized swimming group. Um, but outside of that,
Yeah.
it really rides the fine line of whether it is drone or cluster of drones or you know unidentified flying object.
See, now that one, if you were to say it's a drone, that's what I would imagine it would look like.
That
But
one's
you're saying
believable to be a drone.
yeah, but you're saying that they could like change out the lighting. Like, look, this one here
Yeah.
looks the same drone, just all green.
Yeah. I mean, you can have like a bunch of different colored lights for the LEDs of a drone and then just activate the specific colors. Yeah, it's just RGB. That's all it is.
That I know is a drone right
Same
there.
thing that makes your microphone different colors.
Yep, you're absolutely right. Yeah.
That's it.
So, okay, so now the question remains, is that what this is here? Because I want to say no. I don't think this is a drone. I'm not sure, but at the same time, you get skeptic. Like, I'm looking at this like, oh, I want this so bad to be a UFO, but then at the same time, you could be right about the drone synopsis. You could be. That the lights are pretty bright.
Yeah.
I mean, those would have to be like. I'm not saying it couldn't be a drone. I'm not saying a guy could have took
If
and put new lights on it.
if it was a drone, the person piloting it would really need to know that area really well,
Right
which
now,
could explain the multiple sightings.
so what if what they're seeing up in Fond du Lac? I want Rob to jump in here because I want to know his 2 points, his 2 cents, because he's going to be like straight up. That's a drone, like right there. That angle right there with the green light. I want to say that's not a drone, but damn, you are right. You are right. Oh, I don't know.
It's just, I'm kind of with you. I don't want to be right on that, but it's hard to explain it away.
Right. I mean, it almost looks like it's rotating too. That's another thing. And see, that's the thing too. There's no point of reference. I mean, you got these trees here in the background or buildings, but whatever this is, if there was something like it was up next to, like, say, a building. You mentioned that the one video we showed earlier looked like it had a building in it.
Well, it looked like it was the top of a building.
Yeah, that's what you said, and
But when I asked Julie about that particular town, about it being, does it have mountaintops on it? Because there are ski resorts out there. Are there tall buildings in that town? And there's not, neither one. So it's some flying thing. Now, if it's a drone or not, that I don't know. But
I don't know.
The shape of it looked like it could have been the top of a building. But there aren't any tall buildings.
Man, I don't know. I want this to be legit, but at the same time, I can see. Damn you, Adam! I can see the drone argument too, but
But you see, it's just that. It's just an argument. It doesn't mean it's true. It's just the most familiar thing we can reference to it.
And we do have to look at this from a skeptical point of view. We do have to look at this from a skeptical. I don't know. And the thing is, too, is that they say a lot of people have been seeing this object in the area or objects like it. Now, the one that we showed earlier, that could be you said it looks like the top of a building. It could be a hoax. It could very well be a hoax, or it could very well be a fake.
Yeah.
This one here, I think, does look legit. Like there is something there.
Yeah.
Whether that is a
This
drone.
one, it's not photoshopped.
No.
However, it looks a lot like a drone. Doesn't mean it is, but it looks very, very similar to a drone's shape.
Right. I mean, let me bring up real quick the previous one we showed. Let me bring up the previous one we showed. Okay. Hang on a minute. 5 minutes. Rob says he'll be on in 5 minutes.
Okay. So we just got to stretch this conversation for like another 5.5 minutes.
Because I want Rob in on this, because Rob's going to have a lot to say as well. Ladies and gentlemen, our host will be joining us here shortly. Okay, so here's the first one we showed that you said looks like a building.
Yeah. Okay. When we get lighting on it going, it comes down too fast. Okay. So after the
I
tree.
see what they're doing. I see what they're doing.
Okay.
I don't like this. They're recording this off another person's phone.
Okay.
I don't like that.
So you think that's just light? Yeah, that's light reflected like off the dash.
Yeah.
I think is what that is.
I think, because I mean, first of all, it looks nothing like the one we saw in the video earlier. This looks more like a Star Wars ship. Like there's the engines, there's the bridge. So they're recording this off of somebody's phone.
Yeah.
I think they're recording this off somebody's phone. So let me look up some of the other ones here that have came up. Okay, that one is obviously fake. That's the one we're talking about currently. This is the thing I hate about social media is because thanks to AI, you can fake so many videos.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, even if you're on a phone and you're trying to record it out a window, if you catch the reflection of the dash off the window, that can make it look like there's something there that isn't.
Yeah.
But usually it's a lot clearer too, if it's the reflection off the dash. So
Yeah, I'm
I
not
don't
seeing.
know.
Okay, here's another one. Here is another one from Fond du Lac. That kind of looks similar to the one we were talking about earlier with the video.
Yeah, the one that kept hitting the side of the
Bouncing
building.
back and forth. Yeah, there it was. It's doing there. Oh, that's the camera trying to zoom in and focus on it.
I was like, oh, it just exploded. It's getting hit.
Dash reflection. Yeah, so this is another video. This was also reportedly taken up near Fond du Lac. Yeah, I don't know. That one there, a little too grainy for me, I think. But that could also be, it could be like the same argument you're saying. It's a drone. Yeah, I don't know. This one.
So this just in from Julie.
Okay.
There's an airport/Air Force museum 27 miles from Fond du Lac in Oshkosh. So it could be the airport or some of its various planes taking off and landing.
Oh, so you think maybe like a test plane or something like that?
Well, yeah, it could be like maybe they're taking one of the older planes out. Or
it's only about an hour from Milwaukee.
Yeah. So it's at least not out of the realm of options.
But with a green light on it, though. I'm not sure. Do planes have green lights on them?
Well,
They do.
I mean,
They do.
It has an airport museum, so it could just be an old plane with a replacement bulb. You can get green bulbs; they're easy to spot, and they're not as bright as a white one. But It really depends on the user, I guess.
See, the thing is what if I was recording the camera, I'd want to get out of the car, park it, steady the camera as best I can, and follow this thing.
Yeah.
Because you notice they follow it, it looks like it's going parallel. It looks like at first it's going parallel with them. And then,
Yeah.
like it says here in the quotations, object seems to change course where it just goes backwards, like
Okay.
it's going away. So,
Let me just point out that drones can change direction really quick.
yes, they can. You're absolutely right. They can.
So that's not saying that that's not confirming that this is a drone. It just lends credence to the drone argument.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It does. You're right. It does loan credence to the drone argument.
So, and it looks like it has either 4 or 5 different rotors on it. I'm going to say because the 4 light, like white lights, are probably the motors. And then the green is probably the center.
Uh-huh.
So that would just help the person who's piloting it locate what direction they're going to go.
Unless the green is the camera for the drone.
Yeah. Usually the camera, though, is on the center of the drone. Unless it's a very sturdy drone, like a very beefy drone that can carry it on the front.
Uh-huh.
But if it's not connected to the middle, it's going to cause a balance issue. So
Yeah, I don't know.
usually if a drone has a camera on it and it's near the front, usually it's like a 8 rotor, and you're looking at like a $30,000 drone for filming
I
like that.
I don't know, man. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not
And
wrong.
for,
That could be a
for your
drone.
sake, Tyler, I hope I'm wrong. But I can't. It seems like it very much could be a drone.
I don't know. A drone of that size, though, that'd have to be a large financial drone.
It would, yeah, I'm not saying it would be a cheap drone. It's going to be a couple grand easy
Oh,
for
yeah.
that kind of drone.
Well, one thing about
And
the video, too, that they claim is that these objects have been spotted in the same area since 1990. So it kind of makes me wonder, because Julie mentioned the airport, the
yeah,
museum. Maybe that's because what they're seeing since 1990 is just that. It's they're seeing the planes being test flown at night or something.
yeah,
I'm not
and
sure.
it can be all the unique or prototype planes, museum wise, that are like museum pieces,
Uh-huh.
or the odd planes flying in and out, or it's also an airport. I mean, so odd lights coming out from there wouldn't be out of the ordinary.
Right. Right. Man, I don't know. Chat room, what do you think? Do you think this is a drone, or do you think, let me bring the video up again for everybody to see. Bring it up for the chat room. What do you think, chat room? Do you think this is a drone, or do you think this is a UFO? What do you think?
Yeah, please, chat, tell me why I'm wrong, for Tyler's sake.
Please, chat, tell me why I'm wrong for Adam's sake. I mean, if you listen to the usual arguments of Irene saying she thinks aliens, if you listen to the arguments of drones on how they fly, it's kind of close and similar to UFOs.
Yeah,
It's very similar, but not everything. I don't think not everything would be a drone. That's the problem. Not everything
yeah.
would
It
be.
just, if all we know, maybe they put lights on their saucers that way to make it seem like it's drones
To blend in with the
to
idea
blend
that
in.
it's a drone. Yeah. Yeah.
So
I don't know, man. Irene saying aliens. Bubba, I know you're still watching. What do you think? We'll bring Rob in a little bit and see what the boss man thinks. I don't know. All right. Well, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. So, Roswell Police Department. I like this. I like this. I like this one. William McNear says it seems more like a UFO. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show the captain himself, Rob Hansen. Hey, boss.
Thank you. Thank you. Can you hear me?
We hear you loud and clear.
Welcome to your show, boss.
Thank you. How's it going, Adam?
It's going pretty well, all things considered.
Rob,
Cool.
we need to Rob, I need to ask you a question. We need to settle something. We're talking about this video. We've been talking about these UFOs spotted up near Fond du Lac, which is up near Canada, correct? Also Wisconsin.
Yeah.
There's one video, there's a couple of videos we looked at that look kind of shady, look kind of, like ridiculous, like it could be hoaxed. This is the one me and Adam have been going back and forth for about 15, 20 minutes on. Once again, shout out to Duke's Top 5. I could not find the original video, but this, I think, is a UFO. Now, wait till it comes to the view. So you see it's driving. They're driving, and they're catching up to it. It's sitting there.
Thanks, chat.
It's sitting there just floating. Now, if you'll watch, it looks like it's going in one direction. But then, like the quotation says, it seems to change direction and go backwards. That there, Adam is thinking it might be a drone. But I'm like, damn, that is a hell of an expensive drone if that's the case.
It's kind of drone-ish.
It is.
Say that. The way it's flying.
That's all I'm really saying is
Look it. Yeah.
it looks familiar.
Looks like a nice drone.
Nice, like a multi-thousand. If I was to buy that kind of drone,
I mean, it's just got lights on it.
Yeah.
Good lights.
If I was to buy that kind of
It's
expensive,
big though.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, right there. It's big.
Let's see. Go back here to where it's like closed up on it. Here we go.
That's pretty. Yeah, that's crazy.
It looks like a quad motor drone, just with someone putting lights on it.
I don't know. I mean, I look at. See, I know Adam's probably right. I know Adam's probably right.
Every day we're just seeing more and more of these things, man. I mean,
Yeah.
We are.
It makes more sense that an alien would disguise their saucer like this, so we could just explain it away as a drone.
Oh, so now you're saying it's a UFO.
No, I'm just saying it could explain why if aliens did do that to a UFO. That explains why aliens
like driving them, possibly. I mean, is that what you think is going on up there? Maybe
they know that if they disguise their UFO like a drone, they can get closer.
Like little green aliens, or like what do you picture them to be?
I'm not. Who's to say what an alien looks like? I mean,
I think they're probably just advanced versions of us.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, if that's the case, then technically Adam is correct. This could be a drone. It's just an alien version of a drone.
It just appears to be drone-like.
Some people say that the little grays are like little robots.
I believe that one too. Yeah.
They're not like, the real aliens. They're like these creatures that are alive and do stuff, but like they're not beings or whatever. And I don't know. That's what, that's why they kind of walk around all kind of dumb and look around. I don't know.
Interesting.
I like Irene's description there. 60% of the time, it's aliens every time.
Yeah, it is.
I
just think though that I don't know. If we're just catching stuff from another universe, that just, we're just on the edge of the highway and they're just kind of going along and they're from their other, they're just higher beings and they're just cruising along and they just look down every once in a while and like, we're the trailer trash, and they just kind of keep going.
Of course, they lock their doors when they drive by.
Right. Yeah. They don't want to slow down and like get shot. And
they're taking
maybe,
videos of us from the saucer with their
and maybe
locked doors, and
maybe
just
they got to
passing by.
grab a cow every once in a while for some protein because they got to feed everybody. So they zap a couple cows, zip, 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 and they
Some
they
hamburgers
probably
to
make,
go.
yeah, they make some protein pills with those, like probably to last 1,000,000 years, from each cow. And maybe, they just are cruising by from this other dimensional highway, and and every once in a while, I think maybe they do things to nukes, and they say that, there's been like nuclear launches that have been stopped by aliens.
Yeah,
come
that's
along
that,
with a little laser and go bloop.
When that came out, that actually came out during the UAP task force commission this past summer. They actually talked about that. That's
UFOs
scary.
flying around nuclear sites. Yep.
Yeah.
They'll shut them down. Or if one's going to blow up, like that could affect the whole universe somehow. So they come along and with their UFOs and go bloop, bloop, bloop and fix some stuff real quick. I don't know. That's what people say. These statements are not necessarily statements by Werid Frequencies sponsors or any of our advertisers. Or me. They're just things I hear.
Have you seen the cartoon movie Home? What is that? Home.
What is that? About the robot? The little robot guy?
I don't know. I'm looking at that.
Apparently, Julie has seen it.
Let's see. Here we go. I think this is what Irene is talking about.
I hope we figure out what aliens are in our lifetimes, because I don't know. Right now, I just don't think we know. I don't think government knows either.
Home is a 2015 American animated science fiction comedy produced by DreamWorks and 20th Century Fox, loosely based on Adam Rex's. Let's see. What's the movie actually about? The story follows the shared adventures of a friendly alien who is shunned by the rest of his kind and a teenage girl searching for her mother after they are separated during an invasion of Earth. Sounds interesting. Film stars Jim Parsons, Rihanna, Steve Martin, Matt Jones, and Jennifer Lopez. Steve Martin, I'd watch it for.
See, that's them just normalizing aliens for everybody to slowly,
They're getting ready for you to, yeah.
So no, you see, aliens are all friendly.
E.T., he's a nice little guy. Phone home.
Come to find out, ETs are in the Galactic Senate and Star Wars.
Yeah.
Did you see that
space virus?
Yeah, that is weird. That scene from Star Wars where they show like ETs there. It's like
yeah, he is, isn't he?
Yeah. Aliens have rights to silly billies.
Yeah, do they?
I don't know. I mean, like, if they're stealing my cow for a burger, either share the meat or something.
And then there's the lizards.
In my neighborhood, they do.
Don't forget the lizards. There's people that think that the lizards live under the ground, deep in the earth, and that they are coming out now, and that they're starting to take over important people that I mean, it's a little weird. Some of them, the way they look now, all of a sudden there's just people that look completely different. Like Oprah. Have you seen Oprah lately? She don't even look the same.
Yeah, Oprah.
Have you seen Randy Jackson? What happened to Randy Jackson? I know he lost weight or whatever, but he looks like a completely different person to me.
Yeah, he lost like 2/3 of himself.
Randy Jackson ate himself. Where did Randy Jackson go? He ate himself, I guess. But
I think Whoopi Goldberg got replaced by an alien personally.
There's just a bunch of people that if you look at them now, and I know they've grown older and whatever.
Yeah.
There's these masks too that, and again, these are not the thoughts or comments of Werid Frequency sponsors, but there's these masks that, the CIA, invented and works with, and they're just quick masks that you can pull off, and there's all these people filmed now with like these lines where the mask looks like it's on their neck. And Biden, you know, you can throw on a Biden mask real quick, and there's all these, you know, people they say that have been replaced and blah blah blah, and it's all part of the lizard agenda. And they also have some kind of a hologram face changer that you can't tell what's going on unless you get them in front of old technology. Cameras will pick it up, and that's when they
Oh,
get
really?
glitches in their eyes, supposedly.
That makes sense, though. I mean, you'd have to use old tech to weed out the new tech. Yeah.
So,
No one's going to
there
use
you go.
the old stuff.
I wish I could find the video that I saw that showed the differences between Oprah and Randy Jackson. There was a couple other people too. It wasn't just them. They were just like, it showed like 4 or 5 people. The guy in the video was just like, what the hell is going on here? Where'd these people go?
I sometimes I look at, you're mentioning Oprah, I look at Whoopi Goldberg, and it's like Whoopi Goldberg like I said, I know, like you said, I know she's gotten old and all that stuff, but she doesn't look anything like she did like it's a completely different person. Like you see her on like old episodes of Star Trek or Sister Act or some of these other movies she's been in. That's the Whoopi Goldberg I remember, but you see her now on shows like The View or something like that. It's like a completely different person, and I'm like, I don't know what the deal is, like what happened, but I would almost say if anyone has been replaced by an alien, sometimes I sit there and look at her and I'm like, she's one of them. She's got to be one of them. Because it's just a facial structure too. Like her face was all like, again, I know she got old. Her face was all very narrow down to her cheek. And also it kind of rounded up. It kind of rounded up a little bit up towards here. But now, if you look at her now, that roundness up here, like down here, obviously you get old, you gain weight, you're going to expand a little bit. But up here towards like the dimples and the head where it's also rounded and not as flat or, you know, whatnot. I don't get it. It's like, what happened to her? Did she have some kind of plastic surgery or what?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Let's see. Hold on 1 second.
Oh, you got some articles to share too, boss?
Yeah, I was going to share this. There you go.
Okay.
So this is where this guy's talking about this. So I saw this.
Okay.
So I mean, look at Oprah. What the hell? What's going on with her? Remember Oprah?
Yeah.
There we go. Let's just stop that right there. Did she lose a lot of weight? Or did she kind of get a nice slim body all of a sudden?
Yeah. That's two different people. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Look at her hands, even. Her hands.
Look, she's even got the same. She's even got the same issue going on. I'm mentioning with Whoopi Goldberg, where you see in one area the head is more narrow compared to what she was originally. Yeah.
Irene said we're crazy. Oprah changes her looks. She, you know, girls can do that.
Just me, or does she get darker?
Yeah,
maybe a little.
2024.
She's wearing kind of a jacket, but to make her it looks a little baggier. But hold on. Let's continue this video. Hold on. There's some Randy Jackson stuff here. Hold on. Where's Randy Jackson? There's old Randy. We all love and.
Uh-huh. Now let's see the Randy clone.
Maybe. Yeah, on this show he looks yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah. Yeah.
What the hell? I mean,
he looks plastic.
Maybe he's ill or sick or something, you know.
Well,
it's terrible if that's the case, but
Let's see. God, he doesn't look healthy at all.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Here, listen to this. I Googled this. Randy detailed his struggles with type 2 diabetes in 2008 self-help book, Body Was
Okay.
Told. The former Idol judge wrote, "It's a curse to be saddled with a disease that's life-threatening and that you can't completely get rid of, though you can certainly manage it." So
It's like, listen, I've had diabetes for quite a while. I didn't change how I looked. Not like that.
Randy Jackson said
Sorry.
his weight hits 358 pounds during season 2 of American Idol.
They're
And then
here.
2003, he was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. Jackson decided to make changes to his lifestyle, resulting in a 114-pound weight loss. Huh. Doesn't say anything about cancer, just diabetes.
Yeah.
I'll be darned. Did you see this video we just played?
It was
pretty. He basically showed everybody and said, they're all fake. Well, here's look at Missy Elliott.
All right, so there's Missy Elliott.
What is that?
Man,
Is that just a weird picture of him or what? I mean, I don't know.
Is that like the wax statue at Magic
Yeah.
Throne?
There's Randy again. Okay, so anyway.
Let me see. I gotta find that photo again. That was funny.
You can stop my screen now if you want to. That's
Okay.
pretty
The LeBron one, I kind of lost on that one.
wow, yeah. I don't know.
Let's see.
What's William saying? Welcome, William.
Fake mask. I have seen 2 things with long months in between in the night sky here in Indiana. The lights were narrow but looked as if they circled into themselves. Plus, my mom thinks Eminem is a clone.
You know,
Eminem better not be a clone.
He's pretty weird looking. I do got a video to talk about though, and so it brings up something now that you're saying that. Hold on, let me bring it up though.
Did LeBron James have plastic surgery?
He had something going on there.
Yeah. He does live in LA now.
Yeah.
So
Because that nose, jeez, you could land a 747 on that nose on that video you just showed, Rob. That is the worst alien disguise I've ever seen.
Okay, hold on.
It does not say whether or not he had plastic surgery.
Huh. What do you think they're going to put that on Wikipedia? Come on.
no.
Let's see.
Now he probably didn't have to pay that much to have that fact hidden either.
I don't think he did, no.
Okay, check this video out real quick.
Okay.
So certain scientists claim they've opened up a new portal to a new dimension. Now watch this video. William.
Okay.
But hanging in the sky in an oval ship, it seemed to bend the light of the stars behind it. And then, after a short time, approximately 18 to 20 minutes, it was just gone.
See that picture right there? What's going on in the sky there? That looks crazy. Oh, that's CERN right there. So yeah, that's where they do it at. But look at the sky even up there. The clouds are doing weird stuff.
Yeah.
There's where they celebrate before they, do all this crazy stuff to our planet. So who knows what's going on, William?
Yeah, I can't find anything about LeBron Freeman having plastic surgery.
You see these people all over the place seeing 2 suns at once. What's the deal with that?
Yeah, I'm not
There's
sure
video
about
of it
that.
everywhere too. There's people like they show 2 suns in a video. You're like, what the hell? That's got to be fake, or just their camera's freaking out, or there's just something going on with a reflection at the right time of the day and the clouds. And is perfect. I don't know how they're doing it, or they're fake.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that one's popped up a lot more recently too. Let's see.
I got a couple more videos to show you guys real quick. Well, you got it.
Go right ahead.
Sure.
Here's me when the aliens finally abduct me into their spaceship, expecting me to be scared. Yeah. Wow, wow, woo, wow. He's rolling around. Yeah, that's me when the aliens kidnap me. All right, here we go. Check this video out. This is interesting, I thought, everybody. Can you hear the audio okay?
A little bit, yeah. Let me see if I can bump
Yeah.
it up on our side here. Oh, I don't think I can. No.
It's about the CIA and how they tap into your phones. Check this out.
Let's see. These loggers and other software. Huh.
Verizon, AT&T, Comcast, all assist.
So they're saying that like they use key tracing and key hacking programs to track what you say and everything on like computers and cell phones and stuff like that.
Yeah. That's crazy what all is going on with, your information, how they can just, they're watching everything. There is no more privacy anymore.
There's not, unfortunately, no. And
Yeah.
I don't know like why they want to. They sit there and say stuff like, "Oh, well, we're monitoring your privacy for national security." I don't want to get too political, but when you
Here we
go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. When you got what?
They say they're following it for national security and stuff like that. Well, if that's the case, why are they coming down on people that? I'm not trying to get political, so forgive me. I don't get political really. Why are they coming down on people who are bashing like certain political figures? I think that's kind of bullshit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is this a green lasers in Florida thing?
Yeah. Have you talked about it?
I have not. I think we missed that one.
Let's check this out.
Yeah, hit the volume there. This is.
It's plain just with the green laser scanning everything.
I always wondered what Google was up to recently.
That's Google's way of doing the new thing.
The new map sensor.
It's not something you see every day.
Hi, Casey. Hi, Amanda. What in the hell's going on there, people?
Aloha, Casey. Aloha, Amanda.
That would be trippy. You're sitting there, and all of a sudden that green light flies overhead on your back porch.
Yep.
Here, I got another article on that because I did want to talk about this, but it was one of those things that slipped through.
Shining into people's homes and backyards has neighbors baffled and concerned. And tonight, Wink News is searching for answers.
Yeah, Wink News.
No, look at it there. It doesn't looks weird.
Yeah.
Look.
A colorful nightlight.
I'm like, what the heck is going on?
Or possibly.
What in the hell's going on? What in the weird is going on?
Driving home from work Sunday night when she saw an airplane overhead, but it wasn't your typical flight pattern.
I saw it going back and forth with a laser beam, and it scanned over me multiple times.
Philip and Lisa.
It scanned over my pet hog Elmo.
In their backyard in Southeast Cape.
It was just like a pattern, like maybe a square or something.
Yeah, like 2 lines of green all the way around the square. It was scanning the whole
Okay,
area.
it looks more like a plane there.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
But
People
wow,
who live
what's
here
it
saw
doing?
mysterious laser flights for 3 nights in a row.
And
they
what?
all
No one
asked
has an
the same
explanation for
question.
this.
On here, you know,
I mean,
it's weird.
officials or whatever.
News.
You know,
Honestly,
just the news.
I'm still kind of saying I think it's Google. I think it could be like doing the maps and stuff, just not having the Google car roll through neighborhoods anymore.
Google
It's
can do
faster
whatever
to
they
do it
want.
that way.
If that was the case, they would tell people like, "Hey, we're not driving the vans anymore. We're flying planes. So if you see a green light, it's not the Borg, it's Google."
No, they never told anyone they were going through towns with the Google car with the huge apparatus on top of it, taking pictures for them for Google Earth or Google Maps. They could do it faster that way.
Probably, but what's a green laser? With a green laser? How's that taking pictures? You know, that's like some kind of scanning, like
Yeah.
like
It's like
know,
topographical scanning.
thank you. Yeah, exactly. I
Okay,
guess
so-
we could make fake maps, you know, recreate them digitally, the areas, but I couldn't see it like taking pictures though, you know, for Google Maps actually.
All right, so I just
I don't
looked
know.
up-
Then maybe they need both.
I just looked up
Yeah.
what this is,
Combine 'em.
and there's like 2 explanations for the green light things. One is they're saying it's private security vehicle lights. These are permitted lights for the use of
Sounds
vehicles
like a
include
hokey.
green and amber lights that either color does not exceed half the lights displayed, which obviously that light's displayed. The other one is an actual court document claiming that the green lighting is to help control bat populations.
What?
Yeah, that.
The laser in the bat.
I'm sorry, neither of those two really.
What's
give
wrong
any
with bats
explanation.
anyway?
I don't know.
Me saying it's Google makes a lot more sense. Than
Yeah,
it
the
does.
Google
Bad.
explanation
Yeah,
makes a lot more sense.
you nailed it compared to their answers.
How
We'll
Florida.
take your answer. Answer C. A and
Yeah.
B sounds hokey.
Yeah.
Plus, I want to point out, I don't think that was really Florida because there's not a case of a Florida man saying,
It
"Well,
could
if
be
some
the
bitch, the
situation.
damn aliens are back for me. I guess I'll go outside and get ready for them."
We need to scan for some gators.
Yeah, gator scanning.
So bats are like, you know, they eat all the insects and they're good to have around. Really.
Yeah. Especially
Oh,
down in
insect
swampy
population.
areas.
Oh yeah, they'd be like insect out if they'd be
Yeah.
take over. They didn't have bats. Yeah, that makes no sense. Huh? I don't know. Amazing.
That's really interesting. Like Adam's explanation was 10 times better than the official explanations. Private
Yeah.
security lights, bat control population.
Or Google,
Yeah.
possibly. Yeah, I mean,
I could say
some
it's
kind of
Google.
map, some
Yeah.
definitely some kind of map scanning, topical scanning of some kind going on there.
Yeah, I would see that over.
I mean, like what? Like a geological group scanning the area?
Yeah.
Anything
Something like that.
that
yeah.
needs topographical maps of the area.
All right, a couple other cool things. I just want to show you some. We're going through some speed news. I'm just showing you some quick articles, get some comments about them. All right, here comes another one. This one is just about, you know, I've been looking at all these old buildings and just ancient technology and what's going on with them, and you know, wondering if they had power sources and, you know, just ancient technology is what this video is about. Super cool. Check this out. All right.
Good evening, Cooley.
Gentlemen, I had to go take care of something for Susan real quick. I apologize. I'll be right back.
Oh, you're
Okay.
fine. There you go. So Tyler says, "Good evening, gentlemen." Good evening, Tyler. We're
Yeah.
so I was, this video that I was getting ready to show is just about different weird little like just ancient technology in buildings that we just look at now and think, it's just an old ancient building. But are there hidden, ancient technologies in these buildings, like underneath pyramids, or are all the pyramids really just power sources underneath them? Some kind of ancient. The pyramids themselves have like quartz underneath them and water runways underneath them that could have been possibly producing electricity. And so there's just you look at some of these buildings and wonder how they were even built.
Yeah.
How in the hell did they build some of these places, man? The technology that they had to create some of this stuff is just mind blowing. So there's early
definitely makes you wonder.
there's early pictures that exist, just in the 1900s, even, of these buildings that are just phenomenal. It's crazy. But this video is pretty cool. We'll have to wait though for Tyler to come back, because I can't start any. He's got the power right now. He's got the keys, I'm pretty sure. Doesn't he? Yeah, I don't think I can do it. I don't have the power. So the other video that I had was where is it at?
Sorry about that.
Oh, no problem.
Oh, there he is.
I had to go move cedar chests for Susan. She's rearranging her library.
Oh, cool.
So, let's see here.
Oh, cool. Okay, so I got this video I want you to see. Hold on. Just talking about ancient technology.
Speaking of ancient technology, I do have one other article. I think I think you'd find this one pretty interesting, Rob. Once you're done with what you got here.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and run it.
Okay, I'll go ahead and run what I got then while you're looking for yours. So,
no, I mean mine.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
no, you're good. No, not that one. This one.
I had it. No, I had it ready. Here we go.
Do as the boss says, Tyler.
Yep.
Look at this.
You might have to hit the volume on that.
I guess it's low. Dang it.
With Mercury, and they.
So they would dock these airships at the top of these buildings, and they had these power balls in them, and they would get power from them.
Oh,
it's pretty wild.
Wow. Atmospheric energy. So that's how they used to recharge a Zeppelin? Was he used to hook it up to a tower like that?
Yeah, look at that. You never hear anything about that. Isn't that crazy?
No, you never do.
Yeah.
I never figured that's how they gassed them up. I figured it was like.
Isn't that a trip? No, watch.
Yeah. It's so weird looking.
Yeah, I never would have thought of that.
Can you imagine? You're moving. Wow.
Top of the Empire State Building.
Yeah.
It's just funny how, those things were used to do all kinds of stuff, and they just kind of disappeared. And, Hindenburg blew up, and that was the end of them.
I saw a thing the other day. Somebody's thinking about starting to build Zeppelins again and use them for like not intercontinental travel, but like local travel, like nation to nation, you know.
Uh-huh.
Somebody, they were talking about the possibility of doing it that way.
It's insane. Why do look at what Japan's getting ready to build? We have all these. I want to know. Someone pointed this out to me, or somewhere. But why does like Dubai? It's just a beautiful, crazy, amazing city. I mean, let's just look at pictures of Dubai. Okay, hold on. Dubai. Let's just look at some images. Look at this place. I mean,
beautiful.
It's just insane how beautiful it is. Hold on, we got some damn pictures of it here. Anything. I mean, good Lord, this place is just insanely beautiful, man. And why don't we have any cities like this? What's with all these, let's see with Tokyo. Our cities look like shit.
Yeah, they kind of do. Look at Tokyo. Tokyo looks awesome.
Tokyo's amazing. I mean, but it's not that. There's other cities like that I can't even think of, like, hold on, like super cities. I mean, just look at some of these cities that are out there that we just aren't even keeping up with, man. The Arab cities that are out there are just incredible. And all of our cities just look like shit. And, you look at LA or New York, and oh, yeah, look at that. I mean, it's beautiful, but compared to what they have going on, like, I don't know, man. We're doing something wrong here.
Yeah, we're falling behind.
We're falling behind. Thank you.
Irene brings up a very good
that's
point.
A game.
We don't have cities like that because our oil industry isn't as booming.
And we're sending all of our money over these other countries, and they're building these beautiful cities,
Yeah.
And we're just falling behind. Our whole country's falling behind, and everybody else is just killing us. Shanghai. Look at Shanghai. What are we doing wrong here, man? Look at that city. That place is freaking beautiful. Looks like the Jetsons.
Yeah, it does.
We are just falling behind. And look what they're getting ready to build now. Check this out.
Japan is building a...
Japan is going to start to work on this lift by the year 2025. Scientists have told the length of this lift to be 90,000 kilometers, which, along with humans, will also carry their essential goods into space. This space lift will cost about $7 billion, as the world's strongest cable will be used for its construction, and it can easily lift a weight of 20 tons. What do you think about this lift? If you like such videos, then join the Space Remote.
Pretty wild.
So remember earlier, Adam, when I said we're going from like Star Trek to Star Wars?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we are seriously going from Star Trek to Star Wars.
Yeah.
Adam shared an article earlier about they're now using laser lights to communicate and send signals to a satellite that's out near Mars.
Yeah, over 10 million miles or 16 million kilometers.
Yeah. So
see what comes up with the most advanced cities on Earth. 13 most modern cities in the world.
So also, I just looked this up too. Rob's right. The only mega city we have, the only super city or mega city we have in the U.S. is New York. Nothing else is close. Yeah.
Look at Tokyo. It's beautiful. Colors, the lights, the buildings. Hold on. Let's see what else we got here.
Singapore.
Look at that place. There's Dubai.
Dubai.
Yeah, of course.
Hong Kong.
Hong Kong's kind of, it's cool though, but some of these cities,
it's leaning more toward American.
Yeah, although is that
Dubai.
Hong Kong? No, that's Hong Kong though.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not as futuristic as some of these other ones out here.
Amsterdam,
New York is in the list at least, and it's beautiful, man. I mean, not Times Square is something to behold, but London's, of course, in the list. Seattle, and Seattle's pretty awesome. Got Mount Rainier back there, whatever it is, and the Space Needle. Vancouver's nice too. I've been there. I ate at the Blarney Stone Inn in Vancouver. But I don't know. I've just seen pictures lately of all these just amazing cities, man. And I just think we're so behind.
So according to Google, there are only 15 megacities in the world: Beijing, Delhi, Manila, Lagos, Dhaka, Buenos Aires, Kolkata, Bangkok, Kinshasa, Chennai, Istanbul, Karachi, Shanghai, Cairo, Mumbai, Mexico City, Sao Paulo, Tokyo, Guangzhou, Chongqing. I think that's how I pronounce it. New York, Jakarta, Osaka, Los Angeles was added to the list last year. So there's only 2 U.S. cities on the list. Everything else is like Southeastern, South Asian. And that's yeah, that's a lot of cities, but damn, are some of those beautiful.
Yep. Bangalore is a big tech city. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, it's pretty nice in India.
I'm actually surprised Buenos Aires is on that list.
There's Bangalore in India. Look at that. That's nice. So, yeah, I don't know, man. Anyway. That's all I had.
I noticed Chicago
Bouncing around everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's fine. So the last one I got, and Rob, I know this has always been your expertise. You like this too. There's a lot of people saying right now the world's oldest pyramid. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The 25,000-year-old pyramid in Indonesia was likely not made by humans. That's now becoming a general consensus amongst archaeologists. And a study published last month in Archaeological Prospection garnered a lot of media attention, including in Nature, which Nature is one of the most prestigious magazines on the planet, and IFL Science for its extraordinary claim that a mountain in Indonesia is actually the world's oldest pyramid built by ancient humans, but reactions from archaeologists have since raised skepticism about its bold conclusions. I'll bring the article up real quick. I just realized I forgot to do that. I'm an amateur, sorry. According to the paper, the Gunung Padang, which translates to Mountain of Enlightenment. Now, this is the mountain right here. It's a Bubba file. Yes, Bubba. You've been waiting all night. This is the mountain they think is a pyramid. They think...
Yeah, it looked very much pyramid-like.
It does. It very much. So they think what happened was this pyramid got covered by dirt or something, and, it was covered by overgrowth, and it's just been hidden.
Mm-hmm.
They've now found plenty of antechambers and hidden chambers underneath it. It's not natural, but meticulously sculpted into its current shape between 25,000 and 14,000 years ago. If this were true, it would be considerably older than the world's oldest pyramids, with the team writing suggesting that it suggests that advanced construction practices were already present when agriculture had perhaps not yet been invented. Among the other bold claims was that there are hidden cavities and chambers at the site, and that the site itself appeared to have been buried several times, kind of like that Göbekli Tepe they've been going nuts over recently, possibly to conceal its true identity for preservation purposes. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, and other archaeologists are far from convinced that the team has provided this, especially given how it could rewrite the history of human development. Lutfi Yondir, an archaeologist out at Brine in Bandung, Indonesia, told Nature that his work showed people in the area lived in caves between 12,000 and 6,000 years ago and left no evidence of having remarkable masonry capabilities. Supposedly, people employed by people of the area thousands of years before them built the pyramid. So the argument is this is either the oldest pyramid in existence, or that this is our belief in humanity having agricultural and archaeological building techniques and whatnot may be completely wrong and they've had it for a long time, or this is, like Irene says, not built by humans.
Yeah, I'm just beginning to think, man. You know, I think we're going to find out too, you know, that all these things are just, they were some kind of power sources for some kind of ancient technology. Some, you know, not necessarily aliens, but maybe definitely possibly our creators, maybe. Man, I hate to put it like that, but, you know, I don't know. If you read, all you really kind of have to do is read the books of Enoch, or whatever it is, and it explains to you what I really think happened. I mean, these stories were found buried in the desert in the dead, you know, near or with the Dead Sea Scrolls, and they've finally been translated, you know, and they very pretty clearly tell the story, and you know, people really don't want you to really know about them, and they don't talk about them, and they don't, it's not part of the Bible, you know, they don't want to add it into the Bible because it really it doesn't have nothing to do with the Bible, kind of.
Are they I think I've heard that they're usually paired up with the rest of the Apocrypha, or are they actually
The
in
Anunnaki,
the Apocrypha?
and there's some of them they talk about in, you know, the Bible a little bit, I think, even, you know, but they talk about the fallen angels and the Anunnaki, and I think that might have been these people, maybe, kind of, but it tells a story very clearly of two almost brothers in another, you know, universe that are powerful beings, and one of them sent here and creates man and creates the earth, and or no, he just comes to earth and like just creates man and out of some kind of small creatures of some kind, you know, and just keeps messing with us till he gets it right. And then they did it to make us slaves to mine gold or whatever. And so we were like these perfect like slave beings, I think, you know, and probably built some pretty good pyramids and tunnels underneath them, you know. Someone built all that stuff. There's these crazy tunnels under the earth that we're finding now. It's insane, you know.
Well,
Who built all that stuff?
And those who argue against that kind of thing, it's like you have pyramids in Egypt, you have pyramids in South America, you have pyramids in Asia. They're kind of everywhere. There's no way every civilization just decided, oh, you know, let's just build a pyramid, you know.
Didn't they find some deep sea pyramids as well?
They did. They found, I think they found one off of Japan.
They find tunnels under the earth that are, as you know, humongous, gigantic tunnels with the walls are all made of stone everywhere. And like, you know, how do they do that stuff, man? I mean, it's even just, you wonder, some of these explorations are doing of like underground caves and the massiveness of them, and like, what was going on, man? It's all connected somehow, you know, to our ancient history that we just don't even know about. I think that it's so old, man, that, you know, but you know, they came here, they made us slaves to mine gold, and then I think they argued or something, you know. I don't even know the whole story or anything. I don't claim to know it all or anything, but you know, they basically came back here and was going to destroy it, and then they decided not to, and you know, they came back every once in a while, and I think they just kind of tweaked out our DNA and messed with us, and they helped. They gave them some technology every once in a while, I think. And I think they had some crazy, maybe ancient technology during the pyramids that we don't even understand. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm not sure.
But yeah, I don't know. There's you can read about the books of Enoch and the Mines of Moria. Yeah.
Well, okay. So and this is one thing. The new, because we were talking about this last time, Rob, the next Godzilla film that's coming out. they're supposedly taking cues from the Book of Enoch in how the monster.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm gonna go watch that just to see like what did they
I'll
do.
be damn. Wow,
Yeah.
that's an interesting take on it. You don't even hear anybody talk about it hardly, you know.
No, not really. So
because it messes up Christianity, man, and you know, it messes up everything. It messes up, you know, all of Catholicism. I mean, that's the biggest group of people on the planet. They don't want people to know about this stuff. There's a couple cool movies you can go watch though. They're like the Anunnaki movies, the I forget, the Books of Enoch movies of some kind, and they kind of got banned, and now there's only like 9 minutes of it that was made or something. I don't know the deal, but they can get quite finished or something. But there's these couple of animated movies out there that talk about the Books of Enoch that are pretty cool. They're like these just animated versions of it that people have made. They're kind of cool though. I watch those, but
yeah,
it's interesting to find out. You know, I'm interested in where we came from and where we came from. You know, the Bible's got, you know, is part of it, I think. But they mentioned in, you ever see that movie Noah?
No.
Or with Russell Crowe. Was it Noah? Not Noah. Yeah, Noah. Noah's Ark, right? He was, or was he Moses or Noah? No, he was Noah.
Yeah, it's Noah's Ark.
Yeah, and at the end of that movie, he's walking with these stone creatures, and they're talking to him in this voice, and they're telling him about the fallen angels and stuff, and that's Anunnaki stuff, and people, they got really mad at them about, you know, like Christians and other religions got really mad at them about putting those stone
is that the
movie.
one that has like the stone gargoyle like creatures? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
those are
I know what
like
you're talking
fallen Anunnaki or something like that, or relations to them, where they came down and they had sex with humans, and so they got banned because of it. And yeah, he's telling them all about it, like when they're walking and stuff. That's a trippy movie. At the end of it, it goes into this really weird thing that people were like, they didn't even need to add this in the end of the movie, but they did. And I don't know. Go check that movie out sometime. And you can barely understand what that dude's saying though, so you gotta, because he's like talking in this deep voice and he's going like this, and you just can't really understand what he's really saying. But you gotta, you know, get some subtitles going or something. But I don't know what the whole deal was with that. But yeah. Anyway, you know, it's an interesting story about the old Anunnaki and all that, the Books of Enoch.
Right.
And that they're real, you know, and they didn't just, I mean, there's a reason those scrolls are there and that they were written, and no one just made that shit up, I don't think. I don't know.
Okay, I'm trying to
They
see.
sure take everything else that was written on them scrolls as the gospel or whatever.
Yeah,
but
literally.
The Book of Enoch was also referenced in the Gospel of Luke and Epistle to the Hebrews and the Epistle of Jude. So I mean, it's kind of like referenced in religion.
Parts of it kind of somehow are, yeah.
The other parts are just kind of like, oh, you don't want to talk about that. You don't want.
But they don't talk about like how they came from other planets and stuff, like,
right?
You know, and populated this planet basically. Oh, and you know, they might be them flying around in these spaceships we're seeing. Think about it, possibly. Maybe if they messed with our DNA back then, why would they stop now? Maybe they come by and kidnap us every once in a while and do little tweaks to us, and, you know, grab a cow.
We don't talk about Bruno. We don't talk about Enoch. Let's see.
Again, all these thoughts and opinions are not the thoughts and opinions of Werid Frequencies sponsors or any of our.
So do we need like a little
people in the
string
chat room
around across the bottom for that?
Yeah, or any of our guests or any of our hosts either.
So Darren,
not our opinions.
Darren Aronofsky directed that Noah film you mentioned earlier. He's a good director. I might check that out.
Oh yeah, what the hidden the Anunnaki film that didn't happen or
Yeah,
whatever?
the one with the
Books of
stone
Enoch?
golems and stuff like that you were talking about. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's Noah.
How Aronofsky's Noah was born out of both Genesis and the Book of Enoch, and why you should see it. I didn't know he made that. So
Yeah, see, like they wanted him to just leave that out, man. They really got mad at those directors and movie makers for adding in the extra hidden, history of religion. So yeah, that movie's cool, man.
Listen to this. Listen to this. In the upcoming Godzilla X Kong, the new Empire film, small incarnations from the Book of Enoch are used to set up the villain monster known as Scar King, as to an example as to why the monster was created, why the monster was born, and what the monster and the Titans mean to humanity. The movie depicts it as the monsters are actually the creation of another being or entity. However, the movie will not show that entity, which many people claim is similar to humanity's creation by Enoch himself. That's gonna be weird.
No shit. Wow. So they're adding this whole twist to it. Wow. I got to see that movie now. Well, it's funny though. I heard something, recently about that the lizard people also keep giant creatures that they can unleash under the ground like Godzilla.
Oh, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I'm getting a dinosaur right now.
Yep. And there's 3 different ones that they have, and they could unleash them at any time, and they'd live under the earth.
What's that? Godzilla, Gamera,
King Kong,
Mothra.
Mothra. What's that? Oprah's a lizard person. I need to go get her Godzilla card so I can get into his cage. You're gonna see me riding Godzilla. Just
don't be talking bad about my Oprah. Boy, people love Oprah, though.
Knowing our luck, Oprah's got the key to release Gamera. I'm like, I don't want no turtle.
I'm not a fan of her. She did a lot of weird stuff with that little school she ran. There was those girls over there. You think she's doing fun stuff over there, helping out those African kids and building schools, but the schools got I guess there was some, like, the girls got molested by the headmaster of the school. And there was like, I don't know what it all was. It was almost like human trafficking thing going on there or something. I don't know. I can't remember the full story. I don't want to say the wrong thing and have Oprah come fucking sue me. But yeah, so that school didn't turn out good as she did there. There was some bad things that happened there, like legally, and people went to jail and stuff. Yeah.
Next week on Werid Frequencies, we'll be reporting that Rob disappeared.
Yeah. I don't want to make Oprah mad. She'll shoot me with them blue lasers.
I'll be at work, so it'll be all Adam. Do you guys know Dr. Dre suffered 3 strokes amid his hospitalization for a brain aneurysm?
Maybe that's why Snoop Dogg bought Death Row Records. I just saw he just recently bought the whole thing. Who sells Death Row Records? Suge Knight and Dr. Dre sold Death Row Records to Snoop Dogg?
Death Row Records. Well, Dr. Dre was admitted for a brain aneurysm. He's had 3 strokes. Death Row Records was bought. When was it bought? It says it's bought by Snoop Dogg.
Maybe Dre's just trying to get his money right before he
Records
retires or he's done or whatever. It's pretty wild. But yeah, Snoop Dogg owns it now. That's where he started, and that was his label that he was on.
It says here Snoop Dogg acquired it back in February of 2022.
Yeah, just last year, just a couple of years ago, he did it.
How much did he buy it for?
They didn't disclose that. I tried to find that too. That's funny. Well, I couldn't find it anyway. I thought it said it was an undisclosed deal.
Undisclosed amount, yeah.
Yep. How do they get away with that? Enoch never physically died. He was taken straight to heaven. And those people too, they would live. There's records of these kings, man, that lived 900 years, and even like there's a whole written history of these kings that lived thousands of years.
Yeah,
one guy in particular.
You kind of have to remember that years weren't always calculated the same way throughout time. So,
Maybe not.
We're on, I believe it's what's called a Gregorian calendar.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
But
it
there
is.
have been a lot of different versions of calendar
No kidding.
years. So, yeah, to see someone be 900 years old, roughly,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like way back in our calendar years,
Mm-hmm.
they may not have been that old. They're just
That
old
old, yeah.
compared to other
Right.
people of that time.
But they did, there was some people that, they have somewhat of a record of just living immense amounts of time. And they
Yeah.
were, they were kings, and they were these Anunnaki guys, and they were super tall, good point, sand clocks. Grubs. Right, they were using sand clocks back then.
I mean, sand clocks, or they could have been doing it by seasons. And in a
Right,
dry,
by the
arid area,
sun, by the
you
tide.
know,
They changed
yeah.
all of a sudden. Okay, we're going to change the time to the tides, everybody.
Yep.
This year, this season. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's true. So, yeah, but there's records of them. There's literally, they have records written down, and of these kings that list, and their whole lineage and everything. And they're in those scrolls and other places where they kept records, It's pretty wild. I wish I could find one of the lists of, there's like a list of the kings, actually.
I have to take care of something real fast for Julie. I'll be right back.
Okay.
By the way, I gotta save this for. Don't let me forget. I gotta show you. You're gonna get a kick out of this one. The Roswell Police Department's new police badge.
Yeah.
They got a new police badge, and I'm gonna tell you, I like this. Because you're gonna get a kick out of this one. Someone definitely deserves a raise for this. Let's see. Oh, we are not Irene. Stop it. So what'd you do for your St. Patty's Day, man?
I had some amazing cabbage and corned beef and stayed home.
One of my friends came over last night, and she goes, "Let me cook for y'all." I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah, take a look at this.
And what does she make? She makes me fish with eggs and ramen noodles. Definitely not Irish enough. That's the list of kings?
That's a Sumerian king list, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's been translated, and 16 different tablets. And, they keep track of. This guy ruled between 1500 and 300 years. What? For a total of 54,000 years. Okay. Individual reigns vary.
Health insurance plan. Holy shit.
Individual reigns vary in length from, let's hope, obviously that Adam's time figuring is right, because 1,200 years for this guy, right? I mean, it's crazy. So, I mean, and it's all written down, and it's, obviously maybe they lied a little bit, but here they are, what years they lived, and it's crazy. It's all been broken down. I wonder what they say about the books of Enoch. The books of Enoch.
Sorry, I had to kill this huge spider in the bathroom.
Yeah?
Oh, you too. Your wife is also afraid of spiders.
Yeah, so sometimes I have to save her world one spider at a time. So someone's got to.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I get it.
rediscovery of it, contents. It's pretty wild, man.
Yeah.
What all it talks about. I mean, it's like an early Bible, really. I mean, the book of parables. But yeah, anyway, there's a whole story that you can see, and about the books of Enoch, the movie or whatever.
Right.
Let's see, YouTube it real quick. Movie. Banned from the Bible reveals shocking secrets of our history. Yeah, this isn't it. But there's plenty of information out there about it. The Nephilim, that's what they're called. That's those dudes that were in that movie. The giants, they were the Nephilim.
Okay.
Okay. That's who was walking next to Noah. But yeah, anyway. He talks about the Watchers and stuff. It's an Anunnaki movie. Spelled it wrong. There it is, the Anunnaki movie. This tells the story right here of really where we came from. Well, just watch the first first minute of this.
And then to use the weapons of terror, the terrible nuclear weapons. Thus, in 2024 BCE, there was a nuclear explosion in the Middle East region. And so, in a wave of destruction, he completely annihilated the 5 cities of the valley, which quickly turned into desolation.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. There's all these, real stories that we've never even heard before.
Anu was treated as a servant of Allah, instead of being acknowledged as the prince he was.
They argued.
People of Nibiru no longer worshiped their king in the cities. Instead of providing relief, Allah brought only misery. Nevertheless.
So yeah, it's crazy, man. The whole story.
Huh.
People awaited the salvation brought by the gold. Abdal endured the scorching heat as he entered the planet's atmosphere and skillfully steered the craft to the
Bringing back the gold from Earth that they mine.
Now, aren't they saying like the Anunnaki are supposed to come back at some point?
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, we'll end it with that. But yeah, they. You can go watch that movie. That's the Anunnaki movie, the Anunnaki full movie 2024, The Lost Book of Enoch.
Well, by then I'll have Godzilla that the lizard people are hiding, and me and him will be fighting the Anunnaki.
Yeah, I can't put that link up in the chat room. I'm sorry, but anyway, it's called the Anunnaki movie. If you want to know where you came from, if you're ready to take the dive, ready to jump into a really, really deep rabbit hole, go watch that movie. But yeah, Nibiru. They spoke about that. Yeah, and that's what you're talking about. That's where they come from. And you hear people, actually crazy people, usually talk about how Nibiru's coming. And
Nibiru.
Yeah, and then there's actually, didn't those people, the comet people that said the comet was going by, they thought that was Nibiru, and the Anunnaki were coming back, and they all killed themselves.
Yeah, they all drank. Didn't they? Weren't they the ones that drank the Kool-Aid?
They drank something, and they all lay down in their beds.
They did the same thing as that cult in Texas, where they drank.
Yeah, like 20 of them did it, and they thought it was because that was Nibiru coming back.
That was back in the early '90s.
It was just a comet
big for cults. Now that I think about it, because shortly after Jonestown, that cult you talked about with the comet, they popped up. Hale-Bopp. Hellbop.
Hellbop, yep.
Yeah.
So anything in the sky that is big and flying around, people will be like, "It's Nibiru. They're coming back, man."
No. Jonestown was completely different from the group that was associated with Hellbop. Jonestown, they thought their guy was a prophet who convinced them to drink this Kool-Aid that was laced with like arsenic or something like that. And they all died. Let me look
Let's
this up real
ask
quick.
Chat AI when Nibiru is coming back.
I don't think Chat AI is not going to tell you exactly when.
Oh, come on. It might now. We're going to make it estimate. Okay,
We can at
AI.
least explore the rabbit hole a bit.
That's right. How can I help you today? Well.
Oh, wow.
When is Nibiru coming back? What does Chat AI say?
By the way,
Nibiru, often referred to as Planet X, is a hypothetical planet. Oh, isn't that interesting? Whose existence has not been confirmed. It's commonly associated with conspiracy theories. They're claiming it will collide when it closely passes by Earth, causing catastrophic events. However, it's important to note there's no scientific evidence to support the existence of Nibiru. Therefore, there's no specific date.
By the way, for anybody wondering about the group I was talking about that killed themselves over the fear of the Hale-Bopp comet, that's the Heaven's Gate cult members, not the Jonestown.
I mean, the Nibiru documented in the books of Enoch. When will it come back? Don't lie to me. In the books of Enoch, Nibiru is just okay. As my last update, there's no evidence supporting the existence or its imminent return. Claims about Nibiru's return often stem from pseudo-scientific beliefs. Well, okay, is Nibiru real? I'm going to say it's not, but doesn't even like to spell it. Wait,
But how is it going to say it's not real?
Yeah.
That will be the entertaining part.
Yeah. It's Nibiru real. And how do you know? No scientific evidence, huh? Well, it's important to rely on, it always goes to science. Yeah. Lack of observational evidence. Yeah. Or the Naki real. They were depicted as powerful beings with influence over various aspects of human life. While they were figures, there's no scientific evidence to support the existence of these deities as being real beings. And except for, aren't there very clear pictures of them on the pyramids everywhere? Very clear pictures of them on pyramids everywhere on the planet. The same ones. In fact, depictions on pyramids do exist. However, the depictions can be very greatly, depending on their cultural context. Yeah, no, they don't. They look like big people with little small people standing next to them, and they have watches on, and they have spaceships, and they're flying in helicopters, and it's pretty obvious that if you look at the pictures that those people weren't stupid. They drew pictures just like we do now.
Uh-huh.
And they're pretty good. We the whole world's turning into these little symbols right here. Look, these are Egyptian symbols. Copy down, bad response now. Those are Egyptian symbols, It's almost just like we're turning back into that language. They were pretty good at
the
it.
whole emoji thing. You think it's
Yeah, those are
Back to
emojis everywhere.
hieroglyphics.
Those hieroglyphics are the best emojis ever. If you read them, they say stuff and they tell stories and they have pictures, but it's important to draw connections between ancient mythologies and extraterrestrial beings. Sure, such claims rely on speculative. I think you sound like a cop.
Like a what?
A cop. Accurate, yeah. Did the CIA create you?
The guy apologized. Now, can you please step out of the car while I search your vehicle?
No, the CID did not create me. I was developed by OpenAI. Huh. Yeah, sure. You lie. I'm not lying. I'm arguing with a robot now.
You're arguing with it. This is how Skynet gets born.
I know, right?
This is how this stuff happens. Someone gets
Would
mouthy with the
you
AI and
like
then they get all
to
bummed.
ChatGPT and OpenAI are already talking about putting their AI into robots.
You know what game I want to play?
Do you want to play a game?
You know what game I want to play. Yeah, sure. Anyway. So, well, we didn't learn nothing from Chat AI about it.
Right.
Apparently, it's not scientific. It only goes by scientific answers, which that's cool. I get it. But they really don't want you to connect anything together. You notice that? They're like, oh, be careful about associating it with any myth, with any extraterrestrial things, or yeah, I don't know. And it's crazy, man. So, well, gentlemen.
All right. Well, before we get off here, I got one more thing I've been saving.
What you got?
I think you will get a kick out of it, and Anna will get a kick out of it. So,
okay.
Roswell, New Mexico Police Department, they're going through a rebrand right now of their department. They got some new funding from the New Mexico Police Department, and they have chosen a brand new banner for their police officers to start wearing from here on out.
Please tell me it has little green men on it. Or
That's it.
UFO.
That's it.
Yep, UFO.
Protect and serve those that land here. This is their official new badge. This is their official new badge for their police department.
Like Space Force or something.
It's kind of like Space Force, yeah, but I kind of like it. 'Cause it's like, dude, you got.
I like it. Yeah, super cool.
Yeah.
Obey or be probed.
The new patch contains elements connecting it not only to the police department, but also to the city of Roswell, the state of New Mexico, and the Roswell Communities Association with the UFO lore. The patch includes the city logo, a Zaya symbol, a pair of small alien faces, and the phrasing to protect and serve those that land here. The patch also features the year the police department was established, 1891. Recognizing its 133-year anniversary. I'm going to say to whoever designed that badge, you deserve a raise.
Yeah, super cool.
That is really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I give that a big thumbs up for sure.
That is. That is. I absolutely love it. Other than that, I've got nothing else for tonight. What about you, Adam?
No, that pretty much covers a lot of bases. we've covered quite a bit on tonight's show.
Yep. Boss,
Yeah,
what
we
about
kind of
you?
bounced around a little bit. I got maybe one funny thing to leave for everybody. That's interesting.
right.
Since when it comes to frequencies, we talk about weird frequencies, right?
Dude,
So
I think this is the longest show we've done. We've covered a lot of stuff.
Yes, we have.
Yeah.
Okay, check it out. I hope you can hear this though. I'm gonna turn it up. Well, if you can't hear it, then it's really no good. This is made. Here you go. Hold on. You just have to listen.
Yeah, I heard this earlier.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't hear it, but
Yeah, you gotta mute it.
Can you not hear it?
No, I can't.
Can you send it
I
to me?
can't, but others might.
Can you send it to me to Messenger, and I'll see if I can't bring it up and boost the audio?
Let me try it different. Hold on. I can stop.
It is really funny.
Let me do it where I'm saving. Showing just the screen. Hold on. Stop screen. Present. Share screen. Share audio. There we go.
Let's see.
Oh, you got to do a whole screen instead. Gotcha. Share audio. God damn it. Okay. All right. Well, here we got it now. All right. Let's switch it over there.
All right. Let's try it here.
Okay. We should be good. Ready?
Yep.
Singer's falling down the stairs.
That's a lot better.
Yeah, I can hear it.
That one sounded didn't touch me falling down those stairs.
Down, I fell.
Lord have mercy.
All together now.
Yeah.
There you go. That's a funny video to end the
What are we
night.
using technology for in the near future? Travel to space? Are we gonna contact aliens? No, we're gonna replicate musicians falling downstairs.
That's right.
Yeah.
Thank God for technology and AI.
Yeah.
Aliens push them also.
Yeah.
Nice. So, well, yeah, you guys have a good night, man. And
All right.
we'll see you next week.
Yep. I won't be here unfortunately, but I'll talk to you off air, Rob, if you want, because I think I got a solution for us if you're up for it, sir.
Yeah, or maybe Adam can make it. So
that's why I was going to suggest. I think Adam should come on Adam has been very helpul a lot.
I've been watching him. Yeah.
Adam's very good.
I've been watching every week. I still, when I go to work, I turn it on the next day. You know.
Yeah, I think Adam would be a good substitute for me when I'm gone.
Cool.
And if you guys are able to do a show, because I know right now your work schedule's hectic, maybe.
I was almost going to try to change the night and the time, but this is such a good night and time to do it. It just, I think, our fans are used to it, and there's nothing else to do on Sunday nights. I don't know. Clean some pipes for science.
I read. I know what that means. Get the hell out of here. But
I will.
If you want to change the night and time, I think we do.
I think I'll be okay though now. But at first, it was looking like I wasn't. I've been able to make it the last like 3 weeks. So
yeah.
But kind of back okay. I actually hired a new employee at my job, and So now
Cool.
I can actually, because I'm the manager, so he's there.
Yep.
I can be home Sunday night. So there you go. We're good.
Yeah, so I think Adam would be a perfect addition to the team. He's got
Cool.
the skeptical mind. You and me, we kind of jump at stuff. We're like, that's an alien, it's a ghost. Adam is more like, that's a drone.
Yeah.
So
I
I
like
think
that.
having Adam on here would be perfect. And the guy
So,
knows how
I'll
to.
be more than happy to help however I can.
There
Cool.
you go.
Yeah.
I love it.
We always need stories every week. Anything you can come up with, man. So come up with some stuff and meet me here next week, same time. We'll do this.
Yep. And Bubba, keep sending your files too, because I'll keep forwarding them to Rob and Adam. So
Bubba, hell yeah. We
Yep.
gotta get the Bubba files in there.
Yep.
Other than that, real quick, do you mind if I plug my show? And
Yeah, where are you gonna be?
Well, we're gonna be on the Best Damn Podcast again this Wednesday at 7. Thank you very much to everybody who donated for the fire sale. We raised $275 for St. Jude's Children's Hospital. As you can see, the facial hair, the Yeti beard, everybody called it, it's gone.
Wow.
Along with
Now
several
you got gay face.
All right, I'm bringing the beard back. I don't care.
I'm sorry. That's what my black friends call it. That's not my term.
I'm growing the beard back, and we're not waxing it.
And again, that's not a term that our sponsors or advertisers would use ever.
Like, well, there goes our monetization, Rob.
Damn it. Yeah, I'm sorry.
We're also getting ready to launch a new show here probably about May or June. The T-Rex Rock Lounge is going to be an hour-long show focusing on local and underground and independent music scene.
Oh,
So
wow.
if any of you are musicians or no musicians or need somebody who needs some promotion, send me on an email or an audio file your music and your song you like shown on the show, and I will gladly show it. Again, it's going to be an hour-long show. That's going to be more news coming soon.
Where can everybody find Best Damn Podcast, basically?
Best Damn Podcast can be found on, well, let me bring it up real quick because that's a good point. You can find
Facebook mainly, and YouTube, or what? Just Facebook?
Well, we're going on Facebook. We're on YouTube. There's a link for the Facebook page.
There
Not
you
the
go.
Facebook,
Awesome.
The YouTube
Yeah,
page.
for our listeners, go friend up with them over there.
And we're getting ready to do, of all things, Twitter, which I'm also going to talk to you about here in a little bit as well. So
Cool.
Because Twitter now has StreamYard now has a feature on Twitter that allows us to broadcast to Twitter.
Oh,
so
might be Twittering, huh?
Yeah, I think it might behoove us to try and do some Twittering. And also, if you want to watch us on Facebook, here you go. Just be advised, Facebook's been really messy lately. So
Irene, can we get like a discount?
You can find me on OnlySpank.
Can we get like a discount coupon, possibly?
Does she literally? Does she literally have an OnlyFans? Or
I don't know, but I'll join it. I'll tell you that much. I don't need a discount, really.
All right. Now, Adam, you're on another podcast too. You want to plug yours as well?
Yeah, my podcast is on Sundays at 4. It's Mayhem's Amigos.
Oh, wow.
Where it's just like a group of friends talking in a basement.
How do you find
out? Usually, well, we go through the old Mayhem Unleashed site on YouTube.
Okay.
Or we
throw up a link in the chat if you can, or maybe Tyler can throw up a link for you.
I got it.
Yeah, you got it.
I think I remember.
Okay. Yeah, it's the old Facebook page. It hasn't really been changed.
69% off. That's a deal. That's a bargain. Instant message me.
But yeah, we're just friends talking like in a basement type scenario. Whatever comes up. And
there we go. Cool.
That's basically all it is.
Mayhem Unleashed 01 on Facebook. Go friend up with them, you guys. Check them out for sure. Super cool. All right. Good show, you guys. Thanks so much for everything. We'll see you next week. Same time, same place, everybody. Sunday nights, 9 o'clock. We're staying on this time. So
9 o'clock?
I said 8 o'clock. I'm sorry. 8
Oh,
o'clock.
it don't matter to me.
I said 9.
o'clock,
Yeah.
we're
No.
good, we're good.
No,
Let's do
I'm
9. I
sorry.
don't mind.
I'm messing everybody up. Yeah. No. 8 o'clock Central. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you too, Jimmy. Hell yeah. And to all of our Irish friends out there, happy St. Patrick's Day.
All right. Catch you next time. Have a
All
good
right,
week,
man.
everybody, and
See you
don't
guys.
drink too much.
All right. Take care. Green beer.
Green beer, chase that monkey.
Chase that monkey.
Drink
Yeah,
that green
rush
beer, chase that monkey.
monkey.
Jump that gray.
Drink that green beer, rush that monkey.